listening to the
Hey, MFM. See you on the lift.
Back attack, dude.
Fun Voyage!
Get that damn car off of the hill.
Slide down them big hills. You know what I mean? On the big, nice burgundy snowboard.
All right, folks, we got a great show for you today. Welcome to the Bomb Hole. Co-hosting to my right, we got Sam Taxwood. We got Silky Delight on production. And we got Jake Pates in studio. How are we feeling, brother?
Let's go, bro. I'm stoked to be here. Thanks for having me, boys. This is lit.
Hell yeah. Well, we're happy you're here. And we're going to get into your whole career. We know it's got a crazy arc. You walked away from snowboarding. You came back. You made the Olympic finals. But I want to start with what's current because you've been gallivanting the globe. We're talking private jets, going to parties, posting thirst traps, women crawling in the DMs. Like, you're just living this other lifestyle. How's this gallivanting tour been for you?
It certainly has been some gallivanting. Yeah, it's been insane, bro. It's been insane. Yeah, really fun, man. Super busy. I think it was kind of crazy. Like after the Olympics ended, that happened super abruptly. You know, like you look forward to that for so long. You work for it for so long. And then it's over like one night and you're like, oh shit, like what now? And then the next, like, I want to say month was pretty eventful as well. And I've kind of just been trying to keep it going. I find myself getting super, super bored if I'm like chilling for too long in one place. So I don't know. I just like opportunities to come up, take them. I've just been trying to do anything and everything that, you know, comes across the table. And a lot of fun shit has been coming across the table. So I'm like, yeah, say yes to everything. Just go with the flow and enjoy myself. You know, life is short, so fucking live it up.
All right, I saw you on a private jet recently. Is that a real private jet or was one of those fake private jets that you rent that is not actually a plane, but you take photos?
Yeah, real private jet. First time, it was cool. We had a big old yeah. I will. I'll show you. No, we had a crazy crew, bro. And shout out my boy Noah Bryan. We went from LA. It was a short flight. Kind of wish it was longer, but it was still fun. We went from LA with this crew of like influencer models and like other homies to Vegas for this thing called the Enhanced Games. Have you heard of this?
Where everybody takes steroids and competes?
Bro.
You went to that?
Yeah, bro.
No.
It was cooked.
Okay, let's take a quick detour for a little bit. What's up with that? How was that?
I didn't realize it was like you juice up before the event.
Yeah,
We've been joking about that on the show
Yeah.
for years. We've been like, I think they should let all the Olympic athletes take steroids.
Yeah, let's just go fucking
And so
nuts.
it's like they're juicing for a while before, or it's like just before, right before.
Oh no, dude! This is like a
juicing.
part of their training protocol. Everything.
Oh, wow.
Like they're just trying to, dude. They try to get as
The trainer, okay, Monday, come on in.
enhancing
you.
as enhanced as possible. Yeah, maxing it out. So yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting thing for sure. I think the prize money, like they have so much capital behind it, is unreal, dude. One of the swimmers broke the world record in like the 100 meter. It was 24 seconds, won $1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah, psychotic.
That is so incredible.
How many
Psychotic, bro.
records they break?
I don't know exactly, but yeah, I think a decent amount for sure.
So what do they have? Was it weightlifting, swimming? Like what were the events?
Yeah, weightlifting, so like powerlifting, swimming, and then track.
Hell yeah.
So it was pretty interesting. Yeah, I wanted to see, like, selfishly wanted to see some like MMA or like jiu-jitsu or something, because I feel like that would have been crazy. Maybe a little more entertaining. I don't know.
There must have been some just certified beefcakes there.
It was kind of crazy, bro. It was kind of crazy.
How many like legit Olympic athletes are like questioning their path? They're like, I think I'm going enhanced now. Like I'm
There
over
was
it.
A lot of money on that one, too.
$1 million for 24 seconds. Like,
Well, bro, like a majority, maybe not a majority, but a decent amount of the athletes that were competing in that had like Olympic medals. So they had like done that, retired, and they were like, "This is where the money's at. We're doing
I'll
it."
start juicing. Fuck it.
You think
That's what I'm
snowboarding
saying,
stands? Do you think snowboarding stands for like an advantage for pipe, for example? Like if you guys started hitting the juice.
I don't think it would help at all, bro. I don't think it would help at all,
way.
bro. No,
I don't know. Your
Maybe
shoulders
border
get a little
cross.
bigger.
maybe
you know?
border. Actually, yeah,
you could
for
be
sure.
a little more, have a little more grit on the course.
For sure.
Box some people out, you know.
Border cross, maybe like ski racing,
Yeah.
that type of thing. Nah, snowboarding is way too like precision based and like I don't know. You gotta. I almost feel like the lighter you are, the better you are. Like look at Ayumu,
Yeah.
Cam. I don't know how the fuck Scotty does what he does, but because he's a big boy. But no, I don't think it'll help at all. Not a chance.
And I hope they add snowboarding to it just to see.
Yeah.
Be good to
Throw
see.
some feelers out.
All right, we got to talk about these DMs, dude. What's going on? Like, if you look at the comments on Instagram of you posting like shirtless gym stuff, it's going ballistic. You got women throwing themselves at you. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's been funny. It's cool. You know, it's flattering for sure. I love the DMs. Get a lot of DMs. A lot of creepy ones.
Oh, you do?
A lot of crazy ones for sure. A lot of dudes in the DMs.
Oh, damn.
Like, do you? I don't swing that way, but yeah, a lot of dudes in the DMs. They do not hold back. Like at all.
You're not a real person.
You kind of know what it's like to
all.
be a woman, like a hot
Yeah.
chick. Honestly, that's probably what it's like. You're
Incredible
getting that.
observation,
Yeah,
Chris. Yeah.
straight up.
Oh my god. No, yeah, I don't know. It's been funny for sure. Answer some of them, a lot of them hard to answer, and yeah, I don't know. I try to not be on my phone too much, and I've still found myself on my phone so much, bro. It's such a time-consuming thing, but yeah, the DM's been going crazy.
Would you say that you're, because I don't know what it's like. I mean, I'm married, happily married, have a child, but just, younger days, I don't really know what it's like to have a lot of options, Seems like, are you plagued by option? You know what I mean? Because it seems like the
paralysis.
Choice paralysis.
Yeah.
Great verbiage.
I don't know if I take it that far, but
Just being honest.
yeah, I'd say I have options for sure.
Shooting fish in a barrel.
Not a chance. Not a chance. No, I need a good girl.
Well, I screenshotted a couple of my favorite comments.
Yeah.
I think we should
We're
run
just
through
kind of
these.
curious about these.
Just kind of want to know. Well, actually, this one you replied to.
I hit him back too.
This one's from Maxim, and this is a shirtless gym selfie or photo shoot, I should say.
Yeah. Let's go.
At night, I believe, too. Dark gym with flashes. Anyway, Maxim comments, "I'm barking," all caps, 3 dogs following the comment. And then you replied, "Good."
Tell us about that.
Is it a female?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Bark it up.
Okay, this next one is from Mary C. Peria. It says, "Meet me in the back, yeah," water drip emoji.
I love
I
it.
can't help but notice you
Yeah.
didn't
That's fucking
respond to that
amazing.
one.
Actually, he did. He did
he
a crying
did.
face emoji.
Crying face.
He did
Okay.
crying face
Like
emoji.
laughing or like crying.
This one is actually one of my personal favorites in regards to the same shirtless gym photo shoot. It's from Maddie Can't Jib and just says, "Punch me in the face."
Dude, I remember that one. Bro, that might have been my favorite one ever.
Just fucking punch me in the face.
Talk about a compliment.
No,
Jeez.
I remember seeing that one. That was fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I love it, man. These people rock. Like a lot. Like honestly, dude, it's crazy because I feel like some of the shit I've been doing, I should be receiving more flack for. But it's been all love, most of it. Like I get a couple, people talking shit, but not much, dude. Which is cool.
During your stint at the Olympics, it was just wild to see like how consistent you stayed posting, and your gain on the gram was pretty nuts throughout that whole process. I was
It was crazy.
admiring your dedication to the posts.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. I think I annoyed the shit out of everyone else that was there because I was like, hold on, I gotta do this. But no, I had to take advantage of it, dude, because I remember the first Olympics I went to, I didn't post much at all. And people had come-ups like that were crazy because, I don't know what it is. Maybe there's just like so many eyes on you because you're there. And maybe they're, the Olympics and the social platforms like are just pushing your stuff and all the people are watching. But yeah, if you can stay on top of it, and do it, you can benefit from it for sure. And I certainly was at a place in my life where being there was insane, but I definitely needed like the social to hit as well. That was something that I felt like would be beneficial. And then also, I think I did a couple of them and was really like scared of doing that. Like kind of putting myself out there. I never really did it like that before. First one I did get a lot of views and I received a lot of love for it. And I was like, oh, it made me feel better about doing more of it. I was like, I, at this point, like really don't care, because what I was scared of was being like judged super hard. And I just had a bunch of people like showing love. So I was like, fuck it. All right, I'm going to do more of this. And then it just kept going.
Yeah, good to lean into it.
Had to, bro.
And it stretches that experience for your career so much further. And
Sure.
I think that's rad.
For sure.
Yeah, especially too, if you think about our world, snowboard world, it's hypercritical. You know, we have this unwritten rule book where there's kind of do's and don'ts and how to act and how to be. And the shirtless gym selfies and all the stuff you're doing is certainly
It's a no-go, bro.
well outside of violating the rule book in many
for sure.
big time violations. But it must have been liberating to like truly, because like snowboarders want to act like they don't give a fuck, but they really give a fuck. But then kind of what you're doing is kind of truly not giving a fuck.
Yeah, I've been trying to lean into that. And like I said, I definitely had that mindset like before doing any of that. I was like, you know, I don't want to just like air myself out super hard and make a fool of myself, but you almost have to get through that. And then once you are, it's like, oh fuck, why did I care in the first place at all? Yeah, it's been freeing for me. It's been really nice to be able to just like be confident in myself and not give a fuck and just be out there, put myself out there. Cause also like social media is crazy, bro. You only see the best parts of everyone's lives. And it's like kind of this fake thing. It's like not very real, but if you know, have it in you to just like be yourself online, then people kind of get to know you a little bit more, which is cool. And it's like, I feel like that's more the point, is to like have this community that we're all together. And I don't know, it could be looked at different ways, but
yeah. And like, who knows, maybe do a paid post for like an ab machine that's like shirtless.
yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Secure the bag.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Bag.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good,
it's
good to
fucking
see you
awesome.
break the mold, because
Thank you, bro.
it's not like Chris or me are going to be the guy to do that, you know? So
Thank
I'm
you,
sure
bro.
it's inspiring for plenty of people out there.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean, just to say it quite frankly, like you kind of won like heartthrob of the 2026 Milan games, basically, right? Like you were it was going crazy, dude.
Oh,
like,
dude, I forgot to mention, you kind of broke that cross country skier girl's heart, maybe.
Yeah.
There was like they built up this whole story around like another single female athlete that was at the Olympics, and I think kind of what the news people like basically blew up this whole story for this skier and Jake.
Yeah. I think she was like a bobsledder. I could be messing it up. Or luge.
we have a Patreon question
Yeah, we
about
do have a
that.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I felt bad at first, bro, because I felt like, I don't know, responding to that might make it even more of a thing. And I was just trying to do my thing. Like, I definitely was asking for it, obviously, because the shit I was posting was like cheeky and like I was putting myself out there, which is typically the response is like you get stuff like that. But now she called me out, asked me on a date, like on a reel that got like over a couple million views. And I was like, oh shit, like this is a crazy thing that's going on now. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of just stayed quiet, stayed focused. I obviously still had to like lock in, you know, I didn't want to get like too carried away and crazy, but I felt bad responding. But then it became like too much, bro. Like she was going hard. So I was like, I don't know, a little
Couple
bit.
red flags.
A little standoffish
Yeah.
maybe.
Said no,
Yeah.
Turned her down.
But
Yeah.
that's one way to put it.
Tough one.
Can't
It's a
get
tough
too
one.
lost in the side quest at the Olympics.
Not
You know,
too
you
lost
gotta
in the
stay
sauce.
focused.
It's a
Yeah,
gamble
exactly.
asking somebody out in front of millions of people.
That's and
not a good place to get turned down.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect to her. Sorry.
Dude, I feel like this could open some
Can't win
serious
them all.
doors for you too. Like has anybody been coming with like reality TV, like some Survivor action, like
exactly
Love
what I was gonna
Island,
look
you
at.
know what I mean?
you're
Like
on the
shit like
next
that.
Bachelor. You're on the
Temptation
Bachelor.
Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get any offers?
We have some shit cooking for sure.
Okay, brother.
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
what-
What can you share?
Literally nothing. I don't know what will pan out.
What if I beep it out? Because I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'll beep it out.
No, I think it's like I've been pitched for a bunch of stuff. We've had a few shows reach out. Love Island did reach out.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
But-
do you want me to beep
Dude,
that out?
I low key, I really wanted to do it.
Who wouldn't?
But
That'd be so. What an experience.
it was I don't know. I went back because I like didn't really watch. I seen a little bit of it when I was like at my brother's house. Him and his girlfriend were watching it, and didn't see too much, but then I went back and she was showing me shit that I was like, dude, I don't know if I could do that. Like they gather all the guys and they're like, there's whatever 6 girls on like a booth or something, and the guys got to come in like a fucking stripper costume. Yeah. And grind on them and make out with them on that TV show, bro.
It's
and
also a competition. You got to get their heart rate up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so like, there is that part, bro. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then it's like a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
That would be so hard.
Talk about breaking the rules, bro. Like, fuck.
That would be honestly such a violation of the rule book. It might be celebrated because
that's true.
So true.
So I don't know. I was pretty open to it. You never know. Maybe I end up circling back to that one, but I don't know. There's some other cool things too that have come across the table that I think time will tell what happens. But yeah, I don't know for now.
I'm just gonna say, I think you should do Love Island.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
100%.
Me and my wife watch that. We're diehards. I want to see you on.
Really?
Dude, it would be so fun to watch you on there and like be like, ridiculous. I know that guy.
Yeah.
It would be ridiculous.
That would be sick.
The general consensus from my team of advisors, quote unquote, is fuck no. So I don't know.
Wrong.
I think you got to get a new team, bro.
Yeah, I'd fire your team.
Yeah.
It could be lit. I mean, dude, when I was in Vegas, I ran into this girl. Fuck, I'm gonna butcher her name. It's Jenna. I think it's Jenna or Gianna, but she won the last one and she was super cool. She was super cool and talking about it, but she had a crazy come up, dude. Like showed up with 200K, left with like 2.5 mil.
Yeah.
Like nutty.
Does.
It does. Mm-hmm. It does. And it would be fun for sure. And who knows? Maybe you do meet someone super, super cool.
It happens every season.
Yeah.
Someone falls in love.
Yeah, kind of crazy, but
could be worth it.
Could be worth it.
2 mil,
dude. And you know what I think also though, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. The one thing is like snowboarding is so small, like it is a little nucleus. You know, when you compare us to basketball or NFL or really even skateboarding, even motocross, like we are a little blip on the radar. And so if you go to a show like Love Island, the amount of eyeballs, it kind of, and you're a snowboarder, it kind of brings people to snowboarding. If you look at it holistically, I would say that it's a value add for the culture of snowboarding in terms of bringing people.
It might be, bro.
It.
Yeah,
You know what
it
I'm
might
saying?
put it
Might
on
have
the
to
map
take
a little
one for the
more.
team.
Take one for the team.
And
Yeah.
just, help us out a little bit.
All right,
Fall
fuck
on the
it.
sword,
Let's
Jake.
go.
Come on, man.
Let's go.
All right, we'll get back to snowboarding. But before we do, I did your Instagram screenshots. We had Dixon run through and screenshot a couple TikTok comments as well.
We got a couple more.
This is from Raphael, which I think is a male name,
like
I
it.
imagine.
Yeah, probably.
Just says, I love BWC, which I think stands for...
Yeah, big white cocks.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
I respond to that one?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
And then the next one is from Isabella and says, this just cured my psoriasis, which is a favorite of mine.
Swag.
Yeah.
So you're healing people with these thirst traps.
man.
I fucking love it.
Changes
Let's go.
lives.
I love to see it.
Fuck, that's
All right,
funny.
we'll go back to snowboarding. That was fun stuff. I want to go back to the beginning because you're a Rado native, born and raised. How did you find snowboarding? What did it look like?
Man, the start was my mom taking me to a small mountain called Arrowhead. That's like 15 minutes from my house in Eagle. And I was like 7 or 8, second grade. I'd been wanting to try snowboarding, and there was like a learn to ski day, but they wouldn't let me snowboard with the rest of the crew because I guess they had like been skiing or whatever. It would be kind of like I wouldn't be able to keep up. But my mom was like, "All right, fuck that. Like, if you don't want to go skiing, we'll go snowboarding. I'll take you." Because she snowboarded and my dad snowboarded when they were younger. I was telling you earlier about those boards that they threw away. I was so bummed about. We had some crazy throwback Craig Kelly boards that ended up in the dump somehow.
That's a cardinal sin.
Sacrilege,
Nutty,
brother.
bro.
That is
Nutty, bro.
sacrilege.
Rule right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another rule.
Yeah.
You might get flamed for that.
Yeah, not
Hey,
Love
it's
Island.
not
You're not
me,
going to get
bro.
flamed for Love Island. You're going to get flamed for throwing away the Craig Kelly.
Flame the
Yeah.
rents for that one, bro. It's not
Yeah.
me. No, but yeah, mom took me out and just kind of taught me. And then then my dad took over for a little bit, and I don't know, I picked it up pretty quick. I just loved it, dude. It was just so much fun. Seemed like something that was really cool. And I remember being actually in this, literally, like I remember the light where I had told myself, like, I want to go to the Olympics for this when I was like 8 years old. And I just had kind of like made that goal for myself. I would always go to my grandparents' house over the summer in Massachusetts, and you know, every couple of years the Summer Olympics would be on, and so we would watch that. It would be like big tradition, like it was a thing we did for multiple summers, and just loved it. And I kind of got hooked on it. Thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then just obviously like I actually got an opportunity. Shout out Maya Wheeler. Shout out Tyler Lindsay up in Aspen. They put me in as like a forerunner for X Games Super Pipe when I was like 8 years old. I had been snowboarding for like a year maybe. And I got to like meet Keir Dillon. I had to meet Kevin Pierce, Sean, like Louis, Scotty, all those boys, and rip the pipe for them on the day of practice, dude. And they were the coolest motherfuckers to me ever. And it was like just cemented this thing in my spirit. I just like wanted to be them forever. So yeah, just basically like went with it and tried to be a snowboarder. You got a taste of the show.
Yeah, it was so cool. You got a taste of what it was like, and you're like, I want to get me some of that.
Yeah, it was so cool, dude. It was so cool. And the first X Games I did, they played the video they had of me riding down the pipe, which was hilarious. But yeah, that was cool. So I got hooked young. My mom and dad kind of just showed me the ropes, and then we started doing like USASA events. Shout out USASA, and they provide a platform for so many of us that come up through competition snowboarding. And then, just kind of did like the whole nationals thing, the Rev Tour thing, got on the U.S. rookie team, did the Grand Prix, the World Cups, and then the Dew Tours, got into X Games a few times, Locks Open, back when Burton European Open and Burton U.S. Open was happening. The first U.S. Open I did was the Junior Jam. The last event they did in Vermont.
Hell yeah,
which was like so sick. Yeah,
yeah.
Unreal. Got to be there for that, which was crazy. And then just been kind of doing it ever since, dude, until I stopped. So
I got a question about your brother. Is he older or younger, and what was his role in?
Yeah,
sharpening the sword.
2 years older, and he was right by my side the whole time, dude. Yeah, I sometimes will give him shit and say that I wish he switched over and started snowboarding when I did. But he got really good at skiing really quick, and he loved that, so he just went with it. And he competed for a while too. Had all the Rev Tours. Would go to like Whistler and do I forget the name of the ski competitions, but he traveled for a minute, and we would always film shit when we were younger, like film tons of stuff. Skating. My dad would take us on like these skate tours in the summer, bro. We would go to like every fucking skate park we could possibly hit. And then Cole would just film shit, and he would edit it. We had like those little like flip cameras or whatever, the little USB just slide in. And yeah, bro, we got to travel around a bit, which was fun. Both went to the same like high school, Vailski Snowboard Academy. And we were basically like shredding from 9 until 11, then went to school afterwards. But he's been with me the whole time. It's been epic.
Early, I heard that you won nationals. How old were you when you won USASA nationals? Roughly, ballpark.
Open division or
age group?
I don't think it was open. I don't know. I think maybe 13.
Hell yeah. That's probably when you're like, all right, I can do some shit. When you win nationals, you're like, I'm kind of him. Right?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I've always felt like such an imposter, bro. I always felt like I never did anything good enough to like make it happen. I always felt like I was chasing the coattails of like Gabe Ferg and Baden and those boys. So I don't know if I had that moment until I did well-ish at like a pro event. I'm pretty self-critical. But yeah, I think I did win nationals, if that's right.
And you were a slope dog. A lot of people don't know that you came up riding slope style.
Yeah.
Was that what you were trying to pursue first before you went full bore half pipe?
Yeah, I loved slope style. I loved it so much. I think I made the decision to step away from slope style because it was getting so gnarly and it was just hard to keep up with. And there wasn't that many people doing pipe. Like, it wasn't as common that people would be like competing in pipe. So I just ended up going that route. Yeah, I kind of like, I don't even remember making a distinct decision, but I think it just kind of ended up, like the competition scene ended up pushing me that way. I was doing like less well in slopestyle competitions and better in half pipe. So I was like, I just followed that path. But
So it seems like half pipe guys are just chained to the half pipe generally. Like you don't see them riding a lot of other stuff. Like current day Jake Pates, are you just locking in, hiking the ditch? Or are you like, let's go ride the jump line for a bit?
dude, the first time, so it's kind of been crazy because I haven't had too much time to just board, or too much time that I was into snowboarding in the last 6 years, like wanting to go ride other stuff. But when I kind of decided to start getting back into it, I would just go to Copper and ride the park. And that's always been like the most fun thing ever. I think if I had a choice to go up and ride park or ride pipe, I would probably go to the park. So there's like way more variety. It's just fun, like way more fun and like playful. You can kind of get extra creative. We actually had a really fun day. I'm trying to remember. I think Snow League in Locks was over, and we stayed, like a group of us stayed for a while for the last dance that ended up coming. And we had a couple days, dude. Chandler, me, Joey Okeson, some of the other boys, a little talkie. And we would just go rip the park. It was so fun, bro. The jumps there are crazy. So, yeah, if I have my choice, I'm
still got it on the jumps, or do we lose?
Not really, bro. Not really. Definitely don't got it.
What are we cooking? Like some cab fives?
I did a back 10.
Okay, that's a still got it. What are we talking
don't
about,
know.
dude?
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're chilling with the back 10. That's fire.
We'll see. But I was following Lil Taki, dude. He's got it, bro. He's got it.
weaponized.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got motion on jumps.
Guy's an actual problem.
He is a problem for sure.
Certified
Yeah, he's been at it for a while too. I met him in Korea when he was like a little baby, and
Yeah.
he was ripping
When
back
he was
then.
a
So
little
Yeah. Yeah, when he was a little.
Is he ever gonna have to
Yeah.
switch the handle to just Kitaki? You think?
I don't. At some point, it's gotta
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, it's like Jeezy used to be Young Jeezy. Now he's
Yeah.
just Jeezy.
Yeah.
true.
One day he'll maybe just be Taki, but
Yeah.
that handle's probably taken.
You reach a
Probably.
point,
Yeah.
age out.
Yeah, you age out.
You'll have to buy that handle from someone, I'm sure.
So early days, who were the like formative, Rev Tour, Jake Pates? Who are we looking up to? Who's our early influences?
Taylor Gold, Ben Ferg. I remember the first Rev Tour podium I got on was with those dudes. I was tripping. U.S. Open qualifier. I don't even remember what year that was. Yeah, those dudes, pretty much just them. The boys that I was riding with, I was looking up to so much. Like, I remember being super young and getting to rip a lot with Brock and Judd and Gabe and like the rest of that crew, Baden. I would just look up to all those dudes, honestly. And Greg Bretz, Matt Ladley, Lego, Louie, obviously. But yeah, bro, literally all the homies that were ripping. I was looking up to everybody. I've been such a fan of everyone shredding for the longest time. So
Now you're from Rado. Are you repping Rado proud?
for sure. Yeah, 100%. I love Colorado. It's beautiful. I spent my entire life there. Was born in Boulder, never left. I'm still there. It's like,
We got a Patreon question about that, don't we?
Yes, I believe we do. This is from Filmer D. Jake, hit us something you love about Colorado and something you hate. Or is it all love?
no, it has pros and cons for sure. I think I just love the nature. It makes you feel small, dude. It makes you feel super small. It's humbling, and it's endless. Like, there's so many trails, so many places to camp that are insane, so many sights to see. The mountains are massive. Like, snowboarding is incredible. It's just beautiful. So I think I love the nature side of Colorado. I love the beauty of it. And I would say I hate the skier traffic on 70, bro. It's fucked.
Denver
But-
to Copper.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Psychotic.
Yeah, that traffic will turn you right around, head right back down to Denver.
Where are you at
Actually.
with Rado these days, Sam?
I like Rado.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a firm supporter of Rado.
Yeah, Rado's caught a lot of strays on this show from us. I've actually recently switched my political position. I'm pro Rado.
Yeah.
We went to a
Let's
premiere
go.
there, and Dude, the passion and the culture for the passion for snowboarding in Colorado is fucking. I think it's
they
topped
show
off.
up. They show out, bro.
You
They
get,
show
you
out.
get people
for sure.
rolling out of the woodwork for some
sure.
shred shit in Colorado.
as much as it's
100%.
fun to kind of bully Rado. I gotta
Yeah.
I gotta just back off the throttle on that a bit
Yeah, fair
because
enough.
it kind of hits.
What was that one premiere that you guys did? I mean, I'm sure you've done a bunch of them, but in Denver, do you remember I pulled up to that one premiere?
Yeah,
You and
definitely.
Baden and
That,
Blum.
Yep. Knights of the Brown Table, I
Yeah,
think.
bro.
Was
Probably
that
went off.
premiere.
Knights- yeah,
It
exactly.
was super fun, yeah.
Or maybe it was,
Could have been the Screwdriver one as well.
yeah, I
Not
forget. But
sure.
dude, they showed out. They showed the fuck out. I was tripping. All the people that pulled up, I was like, holy shit. And there were some baddies too that pulled up. Some single baddies that pulled up for the boys. I was like, let's go. Cooking.
Yeah, you were fishing.
Hey, I'm always fishing. No. Yeah, I was sick.
All right, guys, I love Bubs Naturals. Use their products daily. They've been a longtime supporter of the show and of snowboarding in general, and they just launched Creatine Monohydrate. Now, what's this good for, you ask? Well, it's great for more energy. It's great for muscle recovery. It's great for cognitive function, and it's great for lean muscle growth. All good things if you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle. However, a lot of the other creatine products on the market are very impure. In fact, 50% of the products on the market did not pass the standards set by the EFSA. So, if you get yourself some Bubs, you're getting that good. It's that pure. Bubs is sourced from the most trusted creatine manufacturer, made in Germany with strict standards. There's no hype, no fillers, just pure creatine monohydrate, the gold standard for strength, endurance, and recovery. And the founder is a snowboarder. So if you're a snowboarder, you want to support snowboarders, head on over to bubsnaturals.com. That's BUBS naturals.com. Use promo code BOMBHOLE and you'll get 20% off your order.
Hell yeah. I want to get into half-pipe riding specifically because, Sam, you're a ripping half-pipe rider. I think it's almost gotten to this place where it is unrelatable to some because the tricks have gotten so big. Like, we watch you guys do these runs for Olympics and X Games and locks and everything, and it's like you're just seeing triples and you're just seeing people land. And but I don't think people really know what goes in behind the scenes to get these like big tricks. And I was talking to Joey Okeson, and I was like, how you warm up for like a triple? And he's like, we just do big 360s. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, we just do big 360s. And I don't know, maybe you can elaborate.
That's one
on
way
that.
to put it for sure. I don't know if I would be doing that, but it is part of it. And first of all, bro, fucking you pulled up to Sauce Bay. I had never shredded with him before. And he pulls up and puts so many of us to shame, dude. It was bonkers. You and Judd, dude. I was like, what the fuck? These guys. Like 15-foot front nine melon, no lid.
No bonnet.
Like so swag, dude. I was like, I'm
I
done.
put the lid on for the front nine.
Did you?
for sure.
Okay.
After
I don't remember.
a couple backside airs, like Kaishu and I went doubles on the backside wall, and I was like, I think it's October, and I want to make sure that I don't like
It's a little
ruin
further.
Smart,
the rest of my season.
No, it's smart. That's
Um,
respectable, bro. But I was tripping. I was like, oh my God. I think I remember just sitting down and watching the rest of the day. I was like, this is fucked.
But
Damn.
I will say at those camps, it's like something in the air. You go up there and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to cruise today. And then you see everyone going off. It's you kind of just, if you start riding the pipe and you're like, oh, it's good today. And you look around and people are just going crazy. You kind of just like innately fall into, I don't know, wanting to kind of get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously I'm doing preschool riding in the pipe, but
I don't know, bro.
yeah, it's
You
super
looked
fun.
good.
Thanks,
you looked
man.
good in there. The warm up side for triples, though, dude, like threes is for sure. Massive 360s help so much. Right before the triple, not so much, but leading into it, yeah, for sure. Because what you're doing is just dialing in your line and trying to like ride off the lip as much as you can, not go early. If you pop early on a triple, you're gonna die. Like you're gonna hit the deck and
Yeah, I was gonna say the
damage.
patience that
patience,
the
bro. Yeah,
360 maybe
100%.
helps you kind of hone in on that timing, like you're saying. But
100%, bro. And I like the first time I tried a triple in the pipe, my warm up, I took like 3 days and just did like front double tens and tried to make them like. I feel like there's a thing you can do where if you fling it enough and you're patient enough, you and you stay open enough, like your body is open enough at the first part of it, you can kind of wrap up and it really speeds up the spin. So I just try to dial that as much as possible. The Japanese boys in me call it the pung. They say, dude, they would tell me they'd always be like, first things first, and it'd be like, pung, like wait, they go waiting, pung. So the pung is that just like flick, dude, stay open and then wrap it up. But I remember just doing like 10 front double 10s like that. And then finally you're just like, fuck, all right.
Back it up for a second here. Because the natural tendency on a triple cork, I'd imagine, is we got to get going here. We got to get this flip started because we got 3 that we got to get done
100%.
before we land. But it's kind of the opposite where you snap it, the pung, and then you heave once you're in the air.
Dude, yeah. Half pipe, this is like why half pipe is so intellectual, bro. It is like completely contradictory to what you would think it would be. The best way, like if you're trying to spin as much and as fast as possible, your takeoff has to be the most chill takeoff. And like, you just have to leverage you got to leverage like the gravity and your body by just like staying super calm and super open and letting it fling first and being like as open as possible. Something having to do with physics. I was never good at math and physics, but yeah, it's weird, bro. It's not what you would think it would be.
Yeah,
and
you're
that's
basically like, or my interpretation just watching you guys is you're preloading from the wall before, essentially. Like the energy that you put into the edge that you're landing on carries straight through the flat bottom all the way into the next wall where you do the triple, but it's just like the intention is basically set from the trick before.
Exactly.
Like you're already like, okay, I'm going to land straight on my toes and I'm going right at the next one. And that's
exactly holding it, dude. Yeah. Holding is the most important part. Cause if you get off of it, then it's fucked up.
Like
but
Braveheart, when they got the stick and they're waiting to put it up
Yeah,
and they're
bro.
like,
Yep.
hold.
yeah, exactly.
Hold.
That's it, dude.
That's you guys on the triple.
literally, that's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ayumu's save in China this year was absolutely.
Which one, bro?
I know.
Do you
but
remember?
the one where he
Like-
kind of like his whole body is like, he's like basically G'ing out in the transition and he's doing like a limbo up the wall,
Yeah.
but then just like goes into a double.
20-foot cab double.
But he probably was set for 3 maybe?
Yeah. I think he wanted cab 14.
Okay.
But same shit with that. Like you got to whip it.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, I was tripping and then cackling too because he looked like he was going to die and pulls some Ayumu style stuff and just like gets out of it and lands perfect. And then the same thing the next wall, G's out again. What was he doing? Front double 12 Japan, which
Yeah.
is like, who thinks of that trick? Why would you ever do that?
Yeah. Still goes for it.
Still sends. Almost died. Kind of died.
Yeah.
Hit his face.
Still
in-
kinda
Is that
died.
where he put his teeth in the wall? Or is that X?
Dude, that was at
Locks.
Locks. But same
Yeah.
trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same trick.
Same trick. But when he does it, it's amazing.
Bonkers.
Yeah.
So you were talking us through your first triple. Like, thinking about you can chuck $1 million into a bag. Taking it to snow is a whole different beast. Tell us about that.
Yeah. Well, dude, even the bag is like kind of intense to let the first one go on because you can still kind of get mashed on the airbags. You definitely can still get hurt on them. So you got to be like smart about how you're landing. But yeah, pipe's a whole different animal. And like when I did it was like at Copper is like the iciest pipe ever, which is good. You kind of want the pipe to be super icy and like firm. So your edge is there. You're not like slipping on the wall. But yeah, I was tripping and I got mashed, bro. I ended up decking. I went early, decked so hard. I remember crunching my ribs. My ass still hurts actually, bro.
I think
My
I've
ass
seen
still hurts
this,
from this.
but
Yeah, Joey filmed the iPhone.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Butt check. It looked like you butt checked.
Yeah, dude.
Gnarly.
Straight to my, like, yeah, I like hit my
got-
board, but then straight
Yeah.
to my ass and wall was so firm. But then, yeah, I just kind of had to like, I wasn't going to let that be the last one. I like already done it and it felt pretty good. I was like, all right, I know my mistake. Like, I know I can do this. So second one slipped out. And then the third one I landed, which I was pumped on, did a few more. But like heart beating out of my chest.
Yeah,
dude.
how fucking scary is it, dude? Letting that thing bark because you have to go. You can't do a small triple cork. You have to go size Largo.
Yeah, you got to send into it.
Yeah.
You got to send into it. It's scary, dude. I don't like, it hasn't gotten less scary.
And it's almost, or just my interpretation, anytime you do like the one hit, it's like I'm sure if you were flowing a line, it could almost feel more comfortable maybe.
100%.
I can't put myself in
you're
your
right.
shoes, but I
Bro,
imagine
you're right.
when you're just doing the one hitter and you get to do the long entrance down the deck, you're just thinking about it the whole time.
You're so right, dude. And like, yeah, hiking, especially one hitters, because you're just thinking about it the whole time.
Yeah.
Which is good because you get to visualize and like,
Especially at
that
Copper,
helps.
breathing through a straw, walking up the deck.
bro, actually,
Just certified ice cube.
actually, yeah. Easier to do in a line for sure.
So you said the triple hasn't got any less scary for you.
I don't think so, dude. I don't know if I've done enough of them. Yeah.
Well, you can't. The thing is about that trick, it's not like you can't go do that trick every day. You have to kind of pick and choose your battles, I'd imagine.
Exactly. That's kind of where the bag comes in. That's like where, I mean, it's like unfortunate because it almost takes it's like, there's two parts of it. It almost takes the snowboarder out of snowboarding because it's supposed to be this just like free creative outlet where we get to just express ourselves, right? And do whatever we want to do. So it's kind of, you're forced to do this crazy trick if you want to do well at these events. But then also it brings in another level of snowboarding where it's like super gnarly and you got to let it just rip, you know, which is like another cool aspect of snowboarding. But yeah, the bag comes in handy when you're trying to get more comfortable with stuff because you can't go and rip 20 triples in a day and like expect not to get mashed. Although some do it. Yuto does it, dude. I don't know how. And Mumu will just whip it out like super random. Hit a triple in the worst conditions. Perfect.
Yeah.
You're like, dude.
He doesn't go small ever on his.
Never, bro.
He's going massive every time he lets one rip.
Dude, even in Sauce Fe when we were there, he was like really working on switch. So he was just doing switch straight airs down the pipe for a week straight, and they were all 10 plus feet out. And then straight to the bag at the bottom, switch back 9.
I
Just repeat.
hate to interrupt you on this, but that's a perfect segue into a guest question from the legendary U.S. team coach and Olympian and fucking icon of snowboarding, Danny Cass. Here we go.
Hey, let's go.
Yo, Jake, what up? Danny here, coach extraordinaire. I got a question for you. I think you're one of the few riders, you know, besides like the Ayumi brothers that just come out full power, no soggy warm-up runs, and just curious on like what energy or influence you're drawing from to come out just like full guns blazing first drops of the day.
What a legend, dude. Crazy. I was with him last night, tripping on the fact that I was with him last night. Damn. Good question, DK. He helps me harness that, bro. At the Olympics, I was looking to him a lot for guidance to just be like in a positive mindset and just like keep up like the gratitude for being there and happy. Because that's where I draw all of my inspo and energy from for riding, is just being like super grateful. I'm, you know, at this age, at this point in my life, at this event, being a pro snowboarder, being able to do this, I get to do these crazy events and these crazy tricks and express myself and show my skills and what I've been training for. And I think it's all just like positive and gratitude and like trying to enjoy myself, which gets harder and harder with the level of riding that we're at because it's like so intense. It is so intense. But that makes it way more chill when you can like actually find that, because it's doable, finding that, harnessing that like just fun and like appreciation for being there. But yeah, dude, I was looking at him. I was like, bro, I need to chill. Like I need to be more present and like happy to be here. Give me some love. So dude, shout out Danny Cass. He's the GOAT. It's crazy being up there with him.
Big time goat.
Oh, straight up.
Maybe the most.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Actual
most.
GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was asking specifically about just going big immediately upon entering the half pipe, like no warm up run. Where does that come from?
Yeah, dude, just showing up with like, I have a mental performance coach that I worked with the past year, Brandon Epstein. Shout out Brandon Epstein. We were calling it aggressive. What were we calling it, dude? It was like aggressive gratefulness, or like I would show up and just be like so fucking juiced to be there. Like, wow, look at this. Look what I'm doing. Like, let's go. And then the first run is just like, you know, I'd take it kind of chill. A lot of dudes will get in there and do doubles first run. But I'm definitely trying to like go as big as possible, kind of scare myself a little bit first run. I think that's kind of what he's talking about. But just, yeah, showing up with like a ton of energy to be super juiced to be there, just like appreciative of it and just like living up to that, you know? Cause I think that's part of it too, is like, bro, I felt like being in these events around these guys doing what we're doing at a high level, me having not done that in so long and coming back into it, felt so grateful to be there that I was like, I got to show up and show respect to these dudes to, you know, to be here. Like you gotta put it on the line. So yeah, comp day comes around. It's like, all right, let's go. No holding back here. This is it, bro. Especially the Olympics. I remember telling myself like, all right, if I'm going to really put the gas pedal to the ground and like just fully let the throttle go, dude, this is the one place to do that. Like go full bore. If I get fucked up, I get fucked up. But like Olympic finals, this is it.
You're the first to drop.
Yeah. And first to drop.
And you let it fucking bark, dude. I think you got
tried.
underscored personally.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Dude, that first person to go always kind of gets fucked, but
Yeah. You got to rip the Band-Aid off, though, and just kind of set the tone for yourself and obviously the rest of the field. And that takes a lot of courage. So,
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, you mentioned a mental performance coach, mindset coach. What, out of curiosity, what does a session like that look like with him? What are you guys specifically discussing?
Dude, I think it's particularly unique with him. I haven't worked with anybody else, but I saw him on a Joe Rogan podcast. And the context of what they were talking about was like, it was so relatable. It hit home for me. So I just DM'd him out of the blue, did not expect him to respond at all. But he did, and we chopped it up and we started working together. And basically a lot of the stuff that we do is like, he'll get to the bottom of my biggest fear and problem. It could be like an emotional problem. It could be a problem with like a romantic partner or like a family member or a dream and a goal of mine or like a past failure or past experience, maybe some trauma, whatever it is. Get to the bottom of what that feels like and what problems that may be causing in my life. Like really try to identify like a correlation between this like fear or this problem and like how it shows up in your life physically. And then go through a process of visualization where you're removing that from your mind, like throwing it into the abyss and then moving and flipping it on its head, the exact opposite, taking that and then basically like manifesting whatever the opposite would be. So like, let's say a lot of what I was working with him at the start was just being like, dude, I don't know if I belong here. Like I stepped away for so long. I don't know if I deserve to be here. I'm doubtful of my skills. Like, I don't believe, like I didn't believe in myself and like, I don't know if I can actually do this. I have like so many doubts. And so we'd flip that to like, I have no doubts. I'm him. I am the guy. Like, what the fuck am I talking about? I'm the man. I'm doing this and I'm not going to let anything come in my way. And it's all there for me. And it's supposed to be there for me. And it always has been. It's written. And take that and just like embody that, feel the emotion of that. It's almost like it's like a manifestation technique, dude. And I owe so much to him because this last year would not have been the same without him and the work that we did. But basically taking that, embodying that feeling, and then kind of just like trying to identify with that. And either we would do a couple sessions a week we did it for like 6-7 months. So pretty crazy.
Dude, this shit to me is so interesting because the human mind is so powerful and our thoughts are so important and what we choose to think about and what we choose to focus on. And I think about as a competitive rider like yourself, you know, the two things you're battling with, like, let's just say, you know, you go to any event and you watch people lace their practice runs, lace them. And but then the big moment comes and they fall or they buckle or whatever. I'm sure that's happened to you a million times and anyone else that's done competition, me and shitty USASA when I was a kid, all that stuff. But if you really think about it, there's two things. There's like the fear of failure versus the trust that you can do it. So when you're at the top of the big final, the Olympic final, like what's the mindset to battle the fear of failure to override the trust that you have the ability to do it?
accepting it, bro. That's part of what we would work with too with Brandon is I left that part out. Taking the doubts that you have about yourself, the fear, and then being okay with it. I hope I'm not airing him out too hard on this, like his secret sauce, but it's fine.
Oh, there's a lot of books that would say the same stuff.
But dude, like, and at first it was kind of trippy for me because I was like, fuck, am I like embodying that too hard? Am I like identifying too much with like being a failure and that's okay with me? But what's cool about his process is like the first step in moving past and through that, or like the only way to get through it is through. So like feel like a failure, be okay with that, and then experience what that's like. So, and it's not as scary as you think it is, or you're tripping on, you know, because like if you really spend time and you tell yourself like, okay, I didn't do what I wanted to do, I'm not gonna do what I want to do, I actually suck, and I actually am a failure, and you sit with that, then you're like, okay, well, I'm still here, I'm still me. This is like, nothing's changed necessarily other than this like one thought in my head. And then you're like, wait, nah, fuck that, dude. Like I'm doing it and I am the guy. So that's like kind of what I take. I guess I would take those kind of sessions that we would do and flip it on its head, take the more positive version of that, be at the top of the pipe, and then essentially like just surrendering, dude. Like surrendering to the ether, whatever the fuck energy is like guiding us all, and it tends to help everything work out in the end, like on a very spiritual level. I don't know if you noticed, but like every event this year is like a new thing that I did, but I kind of would take a second before I dropped in and just like close my eyes, and I would just like kind of say what up to God. I just kind of go in my head, just kind of like feel his presence, feel the energy of the universe, whatever you want to call it, God or what have you, and just kind of be like, okay, like use me, I'm your vessel, like, and just surrender. Whatever happens, happens, and then just deep breath, dude, and just go.
100%. And when I rewatched your Snow League run, and like when you say go, it's like you fucking go. Mm. It's like there is a really almost like distinct like flip of a switch where you get grounded, and then I love to see there's just no hesitation. You're on your toe edge, you can tell you're getting centered, and then you flip a switch and you fucking charge.
Yeah,
and
that's cool you saw that.
Yeah, I noticed the full, because I think about it like, fuck, I'm reading a book on golf right now, trying to get better at putting. But it's all about this. This is why it's kind of fresh in my mind. They talk about your routine, right? You can make the practice putt a million times. When you're gambling and you're standing over an expensive putt and you want to make it in and whatever, how do you, and it's all about like your routine and just like your cadence and no hesitation and things of that nature to kind of get you out of your own, remove your mind and just flow. And I hear a lot of things you're talking about is acceptance versus resistance.
100%.
And there's like with the fear, you have all this pressure that means the world to do well in an event. And that there can be a lot of fear of failure. What if I fall? You want it so bad, you're resisting. And it seems like you've found a way to get into that acceptance. And it really shows because you look like you're riding free.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, it feels like that. I mean, I think that's what helps me get to that point is just like centering, letting it go, surrendering. And that brings me to that next point of like, okay, there's nothing else I need to do right now in this moment but like drop into the half pipe. So I get through that to that level, and then it's like go time.
Fuck, fascinating.
Yeah, like just leaning into the process and the platform that you've laid out for yourself,
Exactly.
I think that's huge.
Exactly. Yeah. Diving in for 100%. Sure.
I'm going to get into some more snowboard trick philosophy while we're on this topic, but I was battling, they have a 120-foot rail at Mammoth. You know the one I'm talking about? 104. I don't remember what it was, but we were like getting sled toes on that, and I was trying to front board it, and I had this like kind of epiphany that I was like, getting a trick is kind of in some ways like courting someone that you're attracted to, right? Like you can't be too desperate for it. you can't want it too bad because then there's the fear of it slipping away. Because then what if I don't get it? All those crippling thoughts come in. You kind of got to act like, I don't really care if I front board this thing.
That's actually amazing.
And then all of a sudden the front board's like, wait a second, this guy doesn't care. I'm gonna let him front board. I actually am confused, and I'm gonna let him front board. And I was watching all these people come off the rail, punch their board, like getting all frustrated. And I was like, I don't even care if I front board this thing. And then I went right off the end.
That's tough, bro. That's the law of attraction, bro.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, just being indifferent to the result, dude.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
For sure. That's exactly how I feel for these runs and these tricks is like, and that's shit that I would work on with Brandon too, is like accepting that it's fine if it doesn't work. And like, that's that. And you kind of bring it to yourself. Cause yeah, it's like anything in life, dude, not to get too deep, but I feel like the more you force shit, the more that you want things, your frequency that you're putting out when you're thinking those thoughts is like pushing that shit away. So
it can smell the desperation.
It does, dude. Yeah.
All right, people, we're talking Yeti Rambler food jars. Okay, they keep the hot stuff hot and the cold stuff cold. You're eating some oatmeal? You want to keep it warm all day? Get yourself a Yeti Rambler food jar. Oh, you want to do overnight oats and you want to keep them cold all day? Also, do a Yeti Rambler food jar. They come in size 8 ounce, 16 ounce, and new whopping 24 ounce food jars. They're great for all occasions. They got the double vacuum insulation that holds the temps in there. 100% leak-proof mag vent allows you to throw it in your bag without worry. So go to Yeti.com, get yourself a Rambler food jar. You'll be happy you did it.
All right, we kind of jumped ahead in your timeline with the Olympic stuff, but I would love to go back to, you walked away from snowboarding for 4 years, but before that, you were on track killing it, from Rev Tour all the way up to all of the major contests. I know you got a win at Dew Tour in 2017. Like, walk us through kind of before stepping away, the height of where you were at.
Yeah, I think, and thank you for saying that. I think it looked like that, and maybe it was like that, that I had been killing it. It didn't feel like that, personally, but I was super, super blessed, and now looking back, super grateful for all of those things that had happened, the Dew Tour, the Rev Tours, even the USASAs and the Nationals, and just making finals at US Open, podium at Locks Open, even like the snowboard session event at X Games that they did in 2020 was like the coolest thing ever, bro. I like got second, and I know it was like kind of this like test event type of thing. It wasn't very serious.
Style thing?
Yeah.
It's like style session or something?
Yeah, like no one really knew what was going on. We were just kind of riding, which was super sick. I think added to like the aura of that event, but it was really cool, man. I definitely, looking back, had a couple career highlights as far as like the competition results go. And just being able to travel the world with my friends is like the coolest thing ever. Sam, you know that better than anybody here, bro. Like,
it's life-changing.
It's life-changing. We're so blessed to get to do what we do. Man, yeah, I was just like, I had a great time, dude. I had so many people surrounding me that were supporting me. I was on the US team. I was on Rockstar. I had support from Burton. I had, different people floating me gear all the time and making it all possible. And yeah, I think it looked awesome from the outside. On the inside, I kind of felt like there was no way for me to get to that next level, though. I don't know if you want to jump into that.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah, so I don't know, dude. It's crazy. When I do look back, I'm like, man, I can't believe that was my mindset, because here I am probably living like a lot of people's dreams. Every once in a while hitting a podium. I'm doing the pro events. I have sponsors that are supporting me, but something about it, I think, which kind of ties into like me being super hard on myself, and that's just like how I am as a person. I feel like it I can always do better. I've had that kind of from like a young age. I feel like snowboarding gives you that, which is actually like an amazing quality to have. I'm really grateful for that. Snowboarding has taught me that there's always something else you can improve upon. And that's benefited me in life for sure, and in different areas of life, not just snowboarding. But I feel like I kind of just lost the ambition, and like the realm of like possibility and belief I had in myself to get to where I thought I could go originally when I started this whole endeavor in snowboarding felt so out of reach. And it really hit me, dude. I think a switch kind of flipped in my head where it was like, fuck, I didn't do or become who I thought I would in all of this and accomplish the goals that I thought I could accomplish. I think my perception of time was off too. I was young. I was like 19, bro. Like, and doing a lot of crazy shit as well that kind of affects your mental state. Smacked my head a ton, was partying a ton, body hurt, never took care of myself. So, and a lot of me stepping away from the sport was symptoms from concussions that had affected my mental state. So like had bad mental health problems, like super deep depression, really bad anxiety, bad inattention problems, which would just like kind of spiral things because I felt like I could never get anything done. Like I was never like productive. And yeah, dude, I just got to a point where I was like so depressed and hated being alive. And just, I actually think a lot of it had to do with falling into this like victim mentality, which is like such a crazy thing to be in when I look back at like where I am now. Not that it's like that insane, but for me it is, you know. I didn't win the Olympics, but in my heart I did because I fucking went, you know, and a lot of the things that have happened lately have been like beyond the possibility of my dreams. So, you know, and that shit is always changing. So, and life moves quick, but yeah, dude, I just lost it, man. I lost myself and I had to step away. I couldn't hang and handle everything that was going on. I didn't believe in myself anymore. I was like, didn't do it. That's it. I'm done. This sucks. I hate life. I'm a victim. Why did this happen to me? That kind of thing, which is just the wrong mindset to go about. But it's tough. I feel for people that find themselves in that mindset because it is so hard to get out of once you're in. And that's another reason why I'm so grateful for the people that have been in my life, the people that supported me, all my friends, my family, to help me get through that. But yeah, man, like when I decided to rip back, a lot went into getting me to a point where I believed in myself again. I had hope. I had crazy ambition again. And part of that is like what Sam was saying about how I was in a position where I didn't have anything to lose, dude. Like when I decided to go snowboarding again, I was like fucking rock bottom, no job, no income, lived in my parents' house, like still have my days that I would be like super depressed and like, what the fuck did I do? Like I stepped away from snowboarding for 4 years, wasted so much time, tried to start businesses, failed, spent all my savings, like shit was crazy. And so I decided to go back. I was like, well, yeah, what do I have to lose? If it doesn't work out, I'm in the same position I am now. Like, okay, big whoopee. I've been here. I've been doing this. And I'm also so grateful for that, dude. Like God has shown me what life is like when I don't have all of this stuff happening, you know, when I'm not chasing my dreams and when I am in like a really tough spot mentally. So I know what that feels like. And that gave me so much extra power and extra heart and spirit to like go chase that shit, you know, and go chase everything that I'm doing now and all of the motivations and all the ambition I have now, I feel like comes from that point of being like so down. And so I say to people, like, when you fall into that victim mentality, that victim mindset, to take that energy if you can and like flip it, because it's transmutable. Like energy is just energy, and you can. I think I just got to a point where I was so fucked up and so bummed out and so like down and out for too long that it built up in me, and I was like, screw this, dude. This is not how this shit's gonna go. Like I got one life. It's short as hell. A couple of my buddies had taken their lives, and that hit me too. That shifted a big, it was a big perspective shift for me. But that just like gave me so much energy to go say yes to everything and go at least try to achieve the craziest thing that I could think of, which would be like coming out of retirement and making the Olympic team. Like, who the fuck thought that would happen? I certainly, for the longest time, thought I would never compete again. And then, yeah, just like said, fuck it, dude, this is it. Like, I have to. If I don't, and I do get to the point where I'm old and I'm on my deathbed and I look back at this shit and I didn't try, like that pain, way worse than the pain of trying and failing, because then I'd just be right back where I am. So I have to try. And then, I just sent it this year. So many people helped me along the way. Like the Hirano family, like took me in for 8 weeks, lived at their house in Japan, middle of nowhere, was training with the boys. Kaishu was coaching me, Yuma was coaching me, Hide-san was coaching me. Their dad, shout out their dad, Hide, legend. But yeah, man, and my family supported me, and friends and family giving me money, giving me loans to make it happen, go to camps, go to Switzerland and train, go to Austria and train. So absolutely no way I could have done this without any of these people helping me. But
dude, powerful story arc. Before we carry on with where you're at, like right now, I have a few questions. And your time you stepped away, like you're not snowboarding. Your whole life you've been a snowboarder. All you know is snowboarding. Your identity is probably stripped away of like, I'm Jake Pates, a snowboarder, and you're just like, who am I? I'd imagine that's probably going through your psyche. Like, what are you doing? What?
Yeah, dude, that was the thing I had to figure out for a bit. The year that I retired, I had been working with this company called Wavi Medical. They make a portable brain scanning technology. And I had used it because I had had a couple concussions that year. And the concussion protocols that we're using in sport are so minuscule and minimal and just like outdated. And then that's a whole nother rabbit hole that we can get into that I, have my own opinions of, and actually an opinion that I think changes from time to time, but was using this technology when I decided to retire. It was kind of crazy how it all happened too, because like COVID had just come to the States. 30 minutes from my hometown was like one of like the epicenters in Colorado. Like a bunch of people came in from, I forget which country, but just spread super fast. So everyone was kind of freaking out where I was from. And that was the whole thing. We were inside for like a couple months there, really. And that was not good for the mental at all. Like that was the beginning, I feel like, of the end. Was just spiraling down because I was going absolutely insane. But I started working with this company that makes this brain scanner to help improve concussion protocols. So I started a nonprofit foundation, and we would go to different schools, local schools, kind of after COVID had passed and opened up. I remember going in and scanning the brains I learned how to use the technology and scan brains and read the data, the reports. And so I remember going in and wearing masks, and like, dude, it was just like a crazy thing. But we'd run around to different schools, provide them all with baselines. So you scan your brain, you get an idea of how it performs. And then if you do get a concussion, it's not so much like a preventative thing for concussions, because that shit happens, and if we're doing these sports we're doing, like you're going to get concussed when it happens, God forbid it does, knock on wood. But then you would get a second brain scan. We'd come in and do it. It takes like 20 minutes, and you see the difference in your brain's performance. And you basically do subsequent scans over the course of your recovery to make sure you can get back to that starting point that you were at when you were healthy. So we would run around to different schools. I'd spent so much money, dude, of my own just trying to like support this nonprofit. It was crazy that a mission like that, which is so valuable, a technology that was so like groundbreaking, still is, and not being used as much as it should be, wasn't successful. So I started a for-profit company kind of doing the same thing, but we ended up doing, I would try to sell the technology. I'd go into different like health and wellness clinics, functional neurology clinics, even like chiropractic clinics. A lot of people go to these places with like anxiety and depression, or they're like, aging and they have cognitive decline or whatever it may be. So I would try to sell the technology, and that was super hard too. It's like, this tech is so disruptive to a space that has similar things that just aren't at its level yet. And so it was just such a hard concept for people to get behind. And, also like medical technology is quite expensive. So these clinics didn't necessarily have the capital to jump in. We did okay, but the actual timeline of selling it would like take so long. It was take like a year to like sell a device for me. And I'm not the best sales guy. I was like a 20-year-old like fucked up kid. So like wasn't that great at it. But I was doing that for a bit, and then I got linked up with a bunch of really cool guys that would do like research or have friends that had companies that needed research. They were startups. They wanted data to support that their product works. So we would bring the scanner in. I'd have like my board of directors, my medical board, which was just made up of like a bunch of these homies that were sick, like science people. And they would structure a study protocol. I'd come in, we'd scan everyone's brains. They would take this product, whatever it may be, and we'd run a study and they would write up like a report. So it's the funniest shit ever. I have like published papers, bro, on like,
Hell yeah.
like we did a ketamine paper and that was actually incredible for people. But no, it was cool. So I kind of found myself in like the brain space for a little bit and I was doing that. And yeah, dude, it was tough, man. I had spent 3 to 4 years doing that before I was really like, okay, I need to figure something else out because I had to move back into my parents' house and I was like 25, 26 and I was like, fuck,
You've been out there in the real world. All of a sudden you're back in the half pipe. You're like, this ain't bad.
Yeah, exactly.
This ain't bad.
Yeah. All of a sudden I'm just in Switzerland with the boys, like snowboarding. I was like, what am I doing, bro? What did I do?
Yeah. But you needed that slice of humble pie to get you where you are now because otherwise you just had this lens of like, dude, you live your whole life as a snowboarder. It is a tainted perspective on the world.
Exactly. That was my identity. That's all I knew. And it was, so crazy because like my expectations were at such a high level when I wasn't winning or like really on the podium at every event. I was like, oh, I'm a loser. I'm a failure. I suck. I quit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, bro. But getting a taste of the real world for sure was much needed. I'm so grateful for it and definitely would not have I don't think I'd be where I am now in snowboarding necessarily if I didn't step away, So I'm grateful for it for sure.
I do notice at that time you were rapping some bars. I remember seeing you post videos rapping.
Yeah, dude. I love making music. I've been a fan of music forever. Like that's all I do when I snowboard is I'm just listening to music the whole time, as a lot of us do. And I've been lucky to meet a lot of cool people in music too that like are insanely talented. So it's been fun to kind of like explore another creative outlet for me. And it's also been like really good therapy for me. Like it's in the darkest times have just like sat down on my computer with a YouTube beat and a mic and just, like made a rap song or made an alternative song or whatever. So that's been really fun. I still do that, but I'm not putting it in the public eye as much.
So you just sit down and spit a little bit of hot fire?
Yeah, sing a little bit, rap a little bit. It's just good times.
Kind of like your little version of like journaling or
exactly,
like a little
Damn,
personal
I never
form
thought
of
about it like
form of therapy. Is like
Exactly,
you get the energy out and you speak your truth, and
exactly,
I think that really helps you recover probably.
Dude, 100%. That's a really good way to look at it.
I listened on my research. I listened to a couple boppers. You got a couple bops, dude.
Are they out there?
Yeah, on, on Spotify. Jake paid Spotify.
Oh yeah, those need to be taken down. But we've come a long way.
Couple bops out there.
Keep it up there.
Yeah, keep it up, brother.
Might have to. I'm switching a little bit of the sound lately. Stepping away from the rap stuff, kind of embodying a little bit more of like a alternative singy style music. But yeah, it's fun, dude. I've loved doing that.
A little bit of a Machine Gun Kelly switch up.
Yeah, maybe something like
MGK style.
Or like a Young Lean or like a...
It's hard to... I don't know if I sound like any of those guys. It's not to a level where I'm so proud of it to put it out there yet, but maybe fun. One day. It's just fun, bro. Yeah, it's just my outlet. It's another outlet.
That's right.
Well, this is a good segue to get into a segment of the show. Sam, do you have any idea what this segment might be? Has to do with video parts?
Name that video part.
It's quite the hint.
Sam, great segue. You did good. What's your confidence level, 0 through 10?
On the segment?
Yeah, name that video part.
0.
Yeah, I was talking to a lot of people. They didn't have any faith in you.
Yeah, bro.
I'm like, what's Jake gonna know for videos?
I've been especially bad at like keeping up with all the parts and all the videos. Even though I do see them, I think, I'm not one to remember.
Sam, contest guys get a bit of a pass. It's not like video part guys are held to a bit of a higher standard.
Don't give me a pass, bro.
I guess I think there's plenty of video part people that still are terrible at this.
True.
So it doesn't really matter. You could ace it. Like,
did you get yours when you came on the show?
Yeah, you played my own part song.
It's classic.
There you go.
That's how much faith I have.
real funny, guys.
All right, let's see how you do here. Here we go.
There's no way that's on a part, bro.
It's not a part. but
Okay, lit.
What is it?
Yo, that's a song I did with Zion, right? Thank you. Thank God. That's how we went with that. Thank God. I was in my head, I was like, oh, fuck, this is not going to be good, bro.
Yeah, well, congratulations. You just won Name That Video Part. You got a
Let's
sticker that
go.
says, what does it read? Silk,
I
you
wouldn't
can-
name that video part, and all I got was this stupid sticker.
Yep. You also got a turtle box where you can
Thank you.
play
Listen
some
to that
music.
song.
You can play that song at a very loud volume.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Or you
boys.
can use it as a weapon.
Yep. It's got 12 hours of battery life. We love turtle box.
D's. Oh, no way. There is a turtle box in here.
Yeah, turtle
yeah.
box.
Gangster. Thanks,
Play
guys.
some bops on there.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Zion were trying to get that taken down because it's kind of crazy.
Well, now it's gonna live
That's,
forever. in
that's how
this
you know it's a
episode.
good one.
He's gonna text me
We're
like,
trying
"What
to get
the
rid of
fuck, dude?"
I thought it was a bop. I was listening to
Monthly
it.
listeners about to go up.
Yeah, it's
I had
fun.
a little,
I fuck with it.
I had a little bit of this going. I had the head knock going. I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, we made that. We went to the Ethica music label, or the recording studio, and all the boys were there. It was fun. We were making some music. It was a good time. But then they just dropped it out of the blue, and Zion's like crushing, bro. He's so talented. He's got a whole strategy, and like, you know, he's like really methodical about what he puts out there. I texted him. I was like, bro, did you see this? Fuck. Because when it came out, I was like, oh no, he's not gonna be stoked on this. So yeah, we tried to get that taken down, but it's still up. So
Well, it'll live forever
Yeah.
on
In the bomb hole.
your podcast. Part 2, Name That Video Parts for the listeners. If you guys know the song in the video part, comment on the photo of Jake Pates on Instagram. That's where we pick our winner. And what do you get, Silk?
I believe you just get the sticker.
That's it.
That's it.
Nice.
No pack.
Yeah.
good prize.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. All right. Thank you guys for playing Name That Video Part. All right, boys. Should we keep this gravy train rolling?
Yep.
Sneaks, you feeling good?
Feeling great.
All right. Silk, you feeling good?
Yeah, all good. All good over here.
Sunglasses are on the hat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
In case you need them.
Yeah, you never know.
All right. Perfect. Jake, you ready to rip?
Let's go.
Okay, so talking about the human experience, we're all trying to figure it out, you know, and I think it's really powerful when you talk about these dark times. It's part of human nature. You know, there's ups, there's downs. This story's been really fun to hear how you crawled your way out of this hole. But when you called into group chat a while ago, you talked about mushrooms being a helpful part, a helpful modality in your healing journey. I would love to hear you talk about how you use those.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, mushrooms have been absolutely life-changing for me, and it's really a crazy thing. It's so hard for me to talk about and not go down like an insane rabbit hole, just because there's so much to it. You know, it's a really crazy thing. But I was telling you back when I was doing the brain scans and kind of like started the for-profit company. We were doing the research. We were doing studies. I got linked up with a crew that was trying to bring mushrooms to the ballot in Colorado, decriminalize. It was Proposition 122. So yeah, I was working with those guys, just like basically creating data, and I had never taken mushrooms before, and at that point was still in a super dark place in my life. And you know, the whole point of the study was to basically evaluate people's brains and how they were performing, and you know, what changes occurred over the course of, you know, a specific amount of time microdosing mushrooms. And so I started microdosing mushrooms, and it did so much for me. So much for me.
Specifically psilocybin, right?
Psilocybin mushrooms. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that was kind of my intro to it, was to get on a protocol recommended by doctors, by people that are super experienced in the space, and start microdosing for, to get off of pharmaceutical medication. Because, dude, I had the most insane, crippling OCD when I was like 11 years old. And a lot of it I think came actually from snowboarding, having this like pressure of tricks and being nervous and fearful and
Like a fight or flight state, maybe?
100%, dude. It like triggered this thing for me when I was super young, and I would do the craziest shit, dude. It got to a point where I was like 12 years old, and I went to my mom and I was like, Mom, I need help. I'm not in control of what I'm doing. It was controlling my life, dude. Everything, like the way I would like touch a faucet, flush the toilet, like look at people, talk to people. It was like insane. So I saw a psychiatrist, was put on medication for that. It ended up being like an SSRI, like a antidepressant medication. And I took that forever, dude, until I was like 23, 22 maybe. When I started microdosing, I just dropped it. I was like, holy shit, I've been doing this for like over a decade, and I just kicked it. And like now I'm just taking this like natural medicine, if you will, this fungi that's like coming out of the earth that's been around for millennia. And the more I learned about it, it was mind blowing, because people have been using this for tens of thousands of years to not only like just elevate their consciousness and perspective on life and be like grateful and be more of a human and kind of connect with the earth and the heavens and whatnot, but for help with like spiritual battles and mental battles and physical battles. And it did so much for me. And then I got to a point where I kind of like got enough courage up to go on a journey, which would be taking like a larger amount of psilocybin mushrooms. Yeah. I didn't go completely heroic, but it certainly felt like it. But no, this was like a very controlled environment. I was like in nature with a very close friend of mine who's like very, very experienced in this space. Like you could call her a shaman, if you will, but like, I don't know, that whole realm, I have my own opinion on what is all happening, because it's crazy. Like I said, there's so much depth to this topic. But man, I had ended up taking like 3 grams of mushrooms in the most beautiful setting in nature. It was warm. It was outside. It was someone I trusted dearly. And the purpose of it was to find purpose, was to go deep, was intention. To heal. I had so much intention behind it. And that's really the key as far as taking that, taking that for a certain purpose. So yeah, it ended up just being incredibly life-changing in that moment. And it was like something that still affects me to this day. I still go back on. It's been years now since that first time. And it really just flipped the switch, man. I was able to remember I was essentially felt so connected with God, or whatever you want to call it. And so easy, like my thoughts were so easily organized with like all of the things I had done in my past that I was either proud of or like really not proud of. All of the decisions I had made that had brought me to this certain point, and then all of the decisions that I could make for my future, and whether or not that was like heading down a dark path where I was headed, or making a change and doing certain things that were so clear to me in that moment, to turn, a new leaf and take a trajectory up to like really what felt like an unlimited potential for me. And so that was just such a game changer, dude. Really opened my eyes to life and how like beautiful this is, and how grateful I was for my family and my friends, and just to be alive and like snowboarding and having been able to do this my entire life, and just like how blessed I was. It was just like all at once hit me, and I was just like, wow, where have I been? I've found myself again. And like that experience sparked a crazy amount of inspiration for me to snowboard again. I felt like
you got a little download.
Dude, it was a download and a half, brother.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Download.
It was crazy, but like it's just like beautiful. And so I talk about that from time to time. I do have a lot of people that will reach out to me and like, dude, what did you do? Like, how are you doing this? How did you flip the script? Because people that have known me for a while, we saw you here, and then we saw you at rock bottom, and now you're like doing great. And so I talk about it a decent amount, but like that I owe so much to it, man. And that's like, it has to be the top thing that had changed everything for me. It just really like kind of gave me a nice swift kick in the ass and just gave me better perspective on life and where I was. So yeah, man. And it's super interesting too, because, it's hard to talk about, but even I think there's like this common misconception too, because I do have these people coming to me now and they're like, dude, you look like everything's great. Like you're doing amazing. And I still have my moments, bro. Like anybody, I still have the days where I'm like down and out, I don't know if being forever positive, forever happy, forever satisfied is a real thing. Like I think, in a way you just find a way to get through it. Like we were talking about this before. Sam had brought really good perspective to that. Like you find a better way to deal with these things. You find different tools that you can use to get yourself out of that place. But yeah, man, I still have my days just like anybody else, but I'm way better at handling that. And certainly is not nearly as dark or intense as it was. And I owe a lot of that to psilocybin mushrooms, dude. It's wild. And it's like kind of nerve wracking to talk about because there's a lot of stigma around it, but so much going on in today's world that's bringing attention to it. There's a lot of data that supports these things, these plant medicines as, and it's not just psilocybin, it's a lot of different things, as tools that are beneficial to use for a lot of different conditions. So, I think it's a changing world.
100%. Well said. I think you're just describing your human experience.
Yeah.
And that's what worked for you. Everybody has we're all just trying to figure out how to navigate the human experience.
Right.
Believe it or not, we all have a varying range of emotions that go up and down. It's normal. I love that you touched on that. And I think like the plant medicines, it's like, fuck, we're all just trying to figure it out, and if you found something that works for you, thanks for sharing that, and we're all, like, I'm sure you've probably gobbled down a couple mushrooms, Sammy Tax with that.
I sure have, brother.
I sure have.
You have a positive experience?
This was probably 5 years ago. We did a nitro trip, like road trip, and it was Meyer, Bob, Jeff, myself, Jared, and Brian. And this was an accidental hero dose. I was not rolling.
Less intention.
I was not
You didn't have a
rolling into
shaman
this with
by your
any-
side?
I wasn't rolling into this with any
Meyer has
intention.
been known to
Who
be
was
called
your
a shaman.
shaman on this journey if you had to pick one?
Man,
I bet Bob.
Canute?
dude, I don't think I. So this was an accidental dose. Like
Yeah.
we're having a good time. We're camping,
no shamans.
camping out in the
Couple
desert.
beers in the
back.
Yeah, a couple beers, and yeah, I was dealing with. I was coming off a knee injury and getting back into riding, and everything that I had done up to that point, like I'd put in my time, and I was recovered from this injury, and I was back riding, but I still had this like pain in my knee, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and I thought I still needed more work to do, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, that evening I kind of just ended up eating way too many mushrooms, and I ended up in the fetal position in the dirt around our campsite for probably 2 hours, like screaming, rolling around, like having a complete out of body experience. And it was nuts. And I felt like a crazy person when I was in it, but I kind of like came back to life an hour or two later. And the next day we ended up continuing our trip, and the next day I went snowboarding. I like at the end of the day riding, I was like, whoa, I feel like I'm snowboarding again. And I don't have this, like, it was just a mental thing that I really like. I just had
Purge
some
some
trauma.
demons.
Yeah. You get
Purge
over
some
that
demons.
trauma and
Yeah.
let go. And I think it really helped me let go of this mental stress.
Dude, those can be the best ones, bro.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say this, like there are no bad trips. The ones that are tough tend to be the ones that you're doing the most work during. And like you come out of those and getting and a lot of the time, dude, like that's part of it is if you're going to go do that, and you have so much to work through, like it's going to be intense for sure. Yeah. But that's what makes it so beautiful and impactful afterwards.
It's the work.
100%.
That's the work right there.
And this was a full out of nowhere accident kind of situation for me personally,
timing,
but it
It's
did work.
Divine
Yeah.
timing. It sounds
That
like.
is, bro. You had no control. It just happened, bro.
No.
Yeah. I think about this topic that is great too, because we're talking about how to navigate our lives. And I think there's, in my opinion, I'm not a fucking doctor. Let's be very clear about that. I have no, I don't want to come off as like somebody that knows something. I'm just a person trying to figure out how to live a joyful life. And I think that you got mind, you got body, you got spirit, right? And it's like, I look at my son, I'm like, why is he acting crazy? He hasn't got his wiggles out. I'm like, okay, Like for body, I got to get my wiggles out. I need movement like I need food. I know you got to ride your bike, you got to snowboard, you know, you got to do these things. Like, why do I feel crazy? Oh, I haven't got movement, you know? And then you want to talk about like mind and spirit. Like some of these plant medicines, like, you know, I've drank an ayahuasca before. I've done heroic doses of ketamine with a therapist. I've done heroic doses of mushrooms. I've done Cambo, which is frog venom. You know, I've done conventional therapy. I've done cognitive therapy. Like, I've looked under all the rocks, and I don't regret any of them because they all just kind of bring you a little bit of clarity. Oh, let's see if this works. What's the harm in that? And for me, a lot of these plant medicines, you know, I went night 2 when I drank ayahuasca. I went up to the shaman. It's work. It's terrifying. It's horrible. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. But you're doing the work. You're working through this trauma that you've held on to for so long. That resistance to life that we were talking about earlier at the Halfpipe. The fear. The just not surrendering. Right. And what these plant medicines do, they kind of get you out of your own way and allow you to surrender to life. And I remember when I told the shaman I'm scared for night 2, they're like, this medicine has been being served for 5,000 years. You're like, shit, okay, that's actually pretty comforting. Like, how long's ibuprofen been around for? Like, you know, you're like, fuck, all right, there's probably something. We've been around, we've been on this planet for a while. People have figured out some stuff. Why not give it a try? I don't know.
Without a doubt, man. And yeah, we're here. It's interesting. There's so many different like opinions on why we're here, and we're all trying to figure that out at the same time. But like, you just gotta live. You gotta be curious. You gotta adventure. You gotta try different things. Find yourself. If something like seems appealing or like that feels right, like, yeah, let's go. So I'm with you on that one, brother, for sure.
Dude. Hey, I got a question real quick. So you're taking these SSRIs before you start microdosing. What was the microdose dosage and how frequent?
We were taking 150 milligrams of psilocybin mushrooms with 100 milligrams of lion's mane mushrooms in capsules. And it was interesting because we were also doing the study to figure out like what protocol would work, and we were basing it off of protocols that have been discussed and put out there by like thought leaders in the space. So like we were using like a Fadiman protocol, Dr. James Fadiman. We were using a Stamets protocol, Paul Stamets. So there was a couple different ones, and I found it best to just like experiment on my own rather, and just kind of like, okay, today I feel like I could use it. Like this could help me. Or, you know, the next day I'm good. Like let's roll. I feel great. I don't need to take it right now. So yeah, that's one of those things too, where again, I'm not trying to recommend anything to anybody at all, because like we all have our own personal experiences and the things that work and don't. But for me, I felt like that was a certain thing that you could approach with a very like personalized strategy with, you know, and just be like, how does this feel for me? Is this right for me? Is this too much for me? Maybe it is. Maybe it's too little. This and that. So yeah, we all have different brain chemistry. Like there's so much that goes into this. Everybody's got different bodies, past experiences, like different goals, how they feel about themselves, different family dynamic. Like there's so much. So to have like one specific protocol for it, I think is like kind of crazy. But there's research that's been done, man. It's being done now. So I don't know. It's interesting. Things tend to, work themselves out. We'll see.
And did you go into it knowing that getting off of an SSRI was like a possibility in your future? Or was that just like a surprise? You take it, you notice, hey, I'm kind of feeling relief that whatever med is giving me, like maybe I don't need that while I'm doing this.
Yeah, it was interesting. My situation, I think, was a little bit just different. It was very personal to me because it was like I've been taking this antidepressant medication for probably like, dude, I don't know. It was over a decade at this point.
All you know.
And it was all I know, but I had talked to my psychiatrist that I had been seeing, and it was like they definitely were having this quote unquote piss out effect. This is how she described it to me, the piss out effect, where after a certain amount of time it just stops working. Yeah. So I almost felt like I was just taking it and it wasn't doing anything. And that was part of why I was like at such a dark point, bro, because I would take this stuff and it was like what I was put on to fix it, and it wasn't doing anything, you know? And so my situation was a little different in the sense that I felt like getting off of it wasn't a problem at all for me, because I was like, well, fuck, this shit's not working in the first place. Like, not a big deal. But a lot of people, you know, and like are on different medications that tend to be hard to get off of.
Yeah,
you know,
talk to your psychiatrist.
Talk to your psychiatrist for sure. I don't.
This is not advice.
No, definitely not advice.
Psychiatry.
Yeah, dude.
LLC.
The last place that I would expect us to be talking about this.
Just a couple. It's just basically 4 doctors sitting around talking about it.
No, yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. It was a different thing for me. I was lucky, I think, in the sense that I had just been taking it forever, and it wasn't anything like too crazy, you know, that if I jumped off, it would be like a big deal. So for me, it was easy. I just hopped off. I found a lot of support mentally and spiritually taking this stuff. It was just like, dude, the start of it was crazy. I felt so productive. It was crazy. It was the first time I was like, holy shit, my brain works. Let's go. And I was cranking like crazy workout, emails, reaching out to so many people. I felt I learned so much. That's the other cool thing about my experience with that is as I was learning more about like the neuroplastic effects, your brain like ends up soaking up so much more material, and my recall became so much better. So I was like, man, this is crazy. I actually feel like how I should have been feeling for so long. So I think that also helped me just like jump off whatever else I was taking. But
cool.
You know what also is amazing is that even if it was a placebo effect,
shit worked.
It fucking worked.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Dude,
bro.
that's what Haldor was on here. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the placebo effect, man.
Yeah, I love how he says it.
100%, dude.
Voice.
But I align with what you're saying. I believe in it, but like, it's just a fun topic.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
100%.
plenty of experiments that have gone down out there where
There's probably
half the
Totally,
people
yeah.
are on placebo and the other half actually took it, and
Yeah.
the placebo ends up being
I
just
think
as
there's probably a lot of
100%.
really good
We-
just as
studies out
productive.
Yeah, dude, we had placebo control in our little microdosing study, and those people were doing awesome.
Yeah.
It was like crazy to see.
crushing, yeah.
I was like, holy shit, you're not taking it, but I'm glad you feel good. So
It's believing, I think. A lot of it is just trust the process, and you're taking the necessary steps to hopefully find yourself in a better spot.
dude, belief, bro,
Yeah.
is crazy. It's crazy. It works both ways too.
Yeah.
Like that's why you got to be so aware and like conscious of like how you speak to yourself. Like I think that's where I got into that crazy space. I like believed I was fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, it was crazy seeing my brain scans. I identified with that so much that my brain was injured, and I was like, I'm done for it, dude. I identified with that, but getting out of that, believing in myself again, that was like what made it happen.
Yeah, and just like any other injury, you have to like accept the fact that you have broke your leg and now you're going to heal your leg. It's like, oh, I've smacked my head a bunch of times. Let's get down to work and figure out a way to heal my brain.
Exactly, bro.
But it's weird because it's not a physical injury.
Yeah.
That's why the
Yeah.
brain is a tricky one.
Totally, but it is a similar process in like
100%.
accepting that reality and how you move forward.
100%. Yeah.
Love it. Good stuff. All right, let's jump back into snowboarding after fucking WebMD doctor session from your unofficial medical staff. Do not, if there's some type of legal disclaimer, so we don't get sued, please don't. We don't know what we're talking about. Just let the records show that legally.
This was not advice.
This is not advice. Okay, moving right along. Let's talk about jumping back into snowboarding. You fucking found the love. You found the spark. What are you feeling when you're back on board?
Dude, just gratitude, full gratitude. It's crazy being back at it with all the homies again. Like the places that we go, you know, the people I'm around, things that we're doing. I'm so lucky. Such a small group of us get to do that. So yeah, just feeling honored and privileged, bro. It's like insane. I feel so lucky I get to travel around with my buddies and shred and snowboard and do what I love, and, you know, somehow making it work. So it's crazy.
Well, one of your homies, a.k.a. Joey Okeson, had such a great question. Let's see what he has to say. Here we go.
Yeah, boys. What's up, Bomb Hole? Jake P. I'm so stoked you're getting an episode, dude. I have a question for you. I want to hear how you made it happen without U.S. team support, without sponsors, to financially get to where you had to go to train to be in the Olympic final. And yeah, how did you do it? What sacrifices did that take? I know we spent Thanksgiving in Japan together. That was one of the sacrifices. But yeah, maybe dive into a bit about finances and how'd you get it done, dude? I love you. I'm so stoked to see this episode. Later, boys.
Damn, I love Joey O, bro. Oh, he's such a goat, dude. We had so many good times this last year. We both weren't on the U.S. team. We didn't have the support, and it's not easy to do that with no support. Like, it's so expensive to travel around to Europe all year and snowboard and stay in these hotels and, you know, eat good and make sure you're training well. And man, the gear, like if you don't have gear sponsors, I bought so many pairs. I bought like 5 pairs of boots last year because I was hitting airbags and just ruining them. But dude, yeah, me and Joey were like in the trenches together and bonded over that and had like such a good time just like cruising on our own. We had a crazy little crew, me, Joey, Taki, Kaishu, Ayumu, Gio. Like we had a really fun crew, but dude, yeah, it's not easy. I had so much support from my family, my parents, friends. Like I had money saved up from doing various, you know, jobs and work over the last bunch of years that I took off from snowboarding. So I was able to support myself partially, like didn't really make too much of a dent. But my parents, man, they came in so clutch, like let me move back into their house, housed me, paid for trips, paid for camps. It was crazy, dude. Friends giving me money, loans, so nuts.
And so you were saying you were racking stuff up on credit cards too?
So much. I had so much credit card debt, dude. So much credit card debt. I had, since the Olympics, like been so blessed to work with a bunch of amazing companies. But yeah, I watched that money come in and just go right out the door because I was like, fuck, dude. This is crazy. But yeah, man, personal credit cards, business credit card, parents, friends made it happen for me. Have had a crazy support system. I think at first it was a little tough convincing, you know, myself and like friends that I was going to go do this. But then as I was doing it and as I was like at camps training, I think people were like, holy shit, this is real. And I had a lot of good homies, like shout out Matt Ladley, shout out Lucas Kaczynski, just like helping me financially, my parents obviously, but man, I could not have done it without them at all.
That's incredible. Shout out to them. That's major. I'll give them an air horn for that.
It was like really summer. I was like spring of 24 until spring of 24, throughout summer camps, throughout fall camps. I was trying to do everything that I could possibly do, hit all the U.S. team camps. I would bug the U.S. team guys. I'd be like, yo, are you guys doing anything? Is there any way I could pull up? Like, please let me pull up. I just want to ride the half pipe. Like, I got to get back into the zone. And I did that all the way through the summer of 24, fall of 24, messed up my ankle, had surgery, missed a bunch of time during 2025. But as soon as the summer, it was like a few good months into 2025 was when I was able to like jump back on my board kind of and start getting rolling again. And then, dude, I like was able to rip out to locks and just stay there for a while. It was the only half pipe that was around, which is like why this is so expensive. It's because it's like, all right, guys, only spot you can get it done is like going to Switzerland and staying there for a month and a half, you know? So I ripped out there. And like my ankle like wasn't even really good to ride on, but I was riding, I was doing sevens. I did like first double cork I'd done in forever. It was so scary, but got her done. And yeah, bro, all the way through basically the 2026 season.
It's like almost like 1 year actually on board with the injury, probably.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is nuts. And I talked to Danny, he said you basically learned 5 new big tricks in 1 year, which for a half pipe rider is unheard of.
Yeah, I was so lucky, dude. I owe it to the Haranos, bro. Like the airbag work we did was insane. Like there's no way I could have done it without that. I had to relearn double corks first, and then double 12s, like double 10s, double 12s, even just like edging and like proper axis, and then was able to like get to the point where I felt really good on that. We were wrapping, dude. It was crazy. We would spend 6 hours. It was like 98 degrees and humid, sun blasting, hiking this airbag. I would be so cooked. And I would stop and I'd like watch a Yumo and Kaishu go and they would be like, yo, you're not done. let's go. So without them, there's no way I would have hit like extra reps and been able to like really grind it out, you know, and that taught me a lot about myself, dude. They pushed me so much. I gave up. I quit. I was done during the day, and they would be like, nah, dude, you got more in you. Let's go. And I didn't, but we fucking did it, you know? And so they were teaching me like, damn, I actually can work harder than I thought. And I do have more in me than I thought. So, dude, I owe it to them, man. I was able to try triples and do that into the bag a few times before putting it on snow, which was crazy. I got lucky for sure. And then, yeah, we have so many like good people in this community. Charles Beckinsale, shout out Charles, dude. He's such an OG, putting on for the boys. There's no way we would be able to do this stuff without him. The
Stomping grounds?
Dude, stomping grounds. But the level of riding would not be the same without him, bro. Yeah. So yeah, like, you know, so many people putting on for us. Jeremy Carpenter cutting Lockspipe, having that open for us. Like, shout out him. It's crazy. And a lot of others too.
Dude, it's so cool to get a look behind the curtain of, we see you in the pipe finals, we see you in the night show. Like, nobody sees 98 degrees, middle of summer, you know, you juggernauts chuck and roast when that's the last thing that sounds fun.
Yeah, bro. 8 weeks, dude. It sucked. It sucked.
But they have big sponsors behind them, right? Like, that's their job. You're like, you're doing it from this, dude, which, you know, to hear the whole arc of the story is powerful.
Yeah, I did not know it would work out. So it was just a shot in the dark, man. But those guys made me believe myself. It was cool. Like, dude, you have someone like a Yumu and someone like Kaishu and Joey and Ryan Walkendorfer, like, old homies that are like, no, dude, you got it. Like, you still got it. Let's go. They believe in you. That, like, it's the power of having a support system, dude. Good friends. Like, it goes a long way.
Well said.
Yeah, super heavy to just walk onto the team right before the Olympics. Yeah. Not a lot of people can say that. And yeah, kudos to you guys for doing it on your own and grinding it out from the bottom up, basically, you know?
Thank you, bro.
And your spot on the team is so well-deserved.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's crazy. They got a really interesting qualifying criteria, man. Not to throw them like any flack, but I think if Danny and Benny had more input in the criteria, it would be better for a lot of people, for sure.
Yeah. Is it just based off World Cup points?
You gotta get 2 top 8s in World Cup, and like, we don't have that many of them, dude. So it's like the pressure is on, and I don't know if the Olympics counts or not as like a qualifier for the team or not, but yeah, 2 top 8s, and then there's a separate qualification criteria from the rookie team up. But yeah, like, it's such a heartbreaker, dude. It's bittersweet because you see the young homies coming up, which is so sick, and they need that support. You know, like, they're in that like younger time of their lives, 19, 20, 22, 20, 23. They need that support, dude. And that's how they're going to make it a career. That's how they're going to make it happen. But then you got the OGs too that are like kind of on the last couple of years of their career that also like need that support badly, and it doesn't work out for them. So it's just bittersweet. It's crazy to see it happen. I mean, I guess it's like, you know, what it all really comes down to is the lack of funding that we actually have for the U.S. team. It's amazing. It's amazing that we have funding. Crazy. It goes such a long way. It's like nearly impossible to get it done unless you have people like giving you money to go do this, like I did, my parents or my friends, or you're just racking up credit card debt. But yeah, it's crazy, bro. There's so many people in the U.S. that are trying to make it happen. We definitely could use a little more love on the national team side of things, but it's, you know, I'm so grateful to be on the team, man. It's like such an amazing thing to have their support, and it's amazing support. It's amazing support.
You guys got like a traveling person that does body work with you guys and stuff, a wax tech, all that stuff, right?
Dude, traveling wax tech, traveling trainer, traveling PT, health insurance, flights paid for, housing paid for, stipend for food during these trips. Insane. Incredible.
But you're not getting that milli check like the enhanced game.
Nah.
That's the problem. That's why we got to get you guys on some roids. We got to get pipe in the enhanced games, and you can really secure the bag.
That's actually
I think
true.
That's the road.
Yeah, that's the key.
Get you guys juiced up.
Yeah, bro. Let's go.
No, it's fun. It is badass. And talking about Danny as a coach, you know, fucking what a and Benny, no
Benny, world class, one of the best coaches in the world as well. Those guys helping you. There's an art to putting together a pipe run, which we don't see. Link it together. You got to have all 4 rotations at the amplitude. Can you land this trick into that trick? Can you talk about the art of putting together a good half pipe run?
Yeah, dude. And shout out those guys. I heard rumors before they were the team coaches. And I was like, man, if they get this done, if they're securing Danny Cass and Benny Bright as the coaches, this is going to be insane. So we are so lucky to have them. Like such legends. But there's a lot that goes into making a pipe run, dude. There's a lot that goes into it. And to have their expertise, years and years and years of coaching, years of riding, years of competing, it's like beautiful perspective for us because, you have the tricks that you've done forever and you have tricks that you want to do that other people are doing for sure. But it's not always easy to have like a super unique outlook on like what would be cool, what might actually like change the trajectory of snowboard half pipe, what might be like a good addition to the sport overall. So it's so nice to have a different perspective from the coaches and people like Danny and Benny. It's like unreal. It's like dream team. So yeah, man, a lot goes into it. Like we'll sit down and go through run ideas, trick ideas, what would be cool to learn, what might fit here, what might fit there. You definitely like, it's getting harder and harder because you got to have a switch backside spin. You got to have something that's unique. A lot of the riders are doing alley-oop doubles. So it just gets crazier and crazier, but they will help us sit down. And I had like a couple meetings with them over the last year where we really got to like play with different variations and different ideas and kind of structure this thing that would be really cool. And, you put a goal in the front, like, man, I'd really like to make this happen. You think we can make this happen? Then you go to the mountain the next day, you're trying it on the airbag and you're like, holy shit, this actually might work. Maybe we could do this. You get the courage enough to try it. And then you're like, all right, next thing you know, you're putting it in your run, dropping in, land your run, good score. Boom. It's like it's like a manifestation. It comes to fruition through all of this stuff and all of these talks that you have with the coaches. And like, it's interesting to see. I didn't work with them like in depth like that for my whole comeback. It essentially was me just bouncing ideas off of Yumu and Kaishu and Joey and Ryan and like the boys trying to see like, and in myself, like, man, would this be cool? Do I actually think I could get that done? Do I think I could do it? But to work with them is like a whole nother level. It's crazy.
Dude, I'd love to hear you walk us through your pipe final run at the games and the logic and that went into each trick.
For sure. I think it starts like, dude, honestly, just like a lot that went into it was me just riding up the chairlift, like being there. Because I had kind of told myself and like decided, fuck it, this is it. This is like the moment. I kind of always had that doubt in the back of my mind that I was like, this is an unrealistic idea to be here at the Olympic finals again in 2026 in Italy with all the boys. Like, so I was tripping on the fact that I was just there doing it. And I was like, all right, well, this is it. We made it happen. It's full throttle time. It's go time. So when I got to the pipe, first couple runs were just like as fast as I could possibly go, straight airs, get the line dialed, scare myself a little bit because I knew everyone was just going to go absolutely apeshit, dude. And that's exactly what happened. Like the practice for the event was gnarlier than any competition that had ever happened. I was watching and I was just like, I can't even believe I'm a part of this. This is absolutely insane. And I qualified last. So I opened it up, dropped first. And I remember coming up from my first run, they had this little like walkway that we would walk by. They had a couple TVs and yeah, dude, I just walked out and just the lights, the crowd, there was actually so many people there. Like we had an insane pop out as far as like spectators go. It was insane. The energy was good. I had my favorite music in, good playlist going. And yeah, dude,
what are we listening to?
Bro, I think I had a mix of like Future Leaks, some like rando good like Tory Lanez tracks. I had some Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre throwbacks. I had
specifically
Baby
rap,
Keem.
hip hop,
yeah, rap
genre. Love
yeah,
it.
but dude, yeah, dropping in first hit was switchback 10. New trick I had learned for sure, and I don't think I had ever gone so fast into that one. So I was kind of tripping, but I was just thinking as long as I can stay on the edge and hold it, I'm like not going to slip and get like sketch. And I got a good pop, was like standing tall, made it happen, landed it. I landed like maybe a little bit off kilter, a little sketchy. But all of those tricks were like probably the biggest I'd gone on those tricks. So the next one was back 12. And that one felt really good. Like laced was pretty big amplitude too. And then I was kind of coming in for like setup trick, which was front up 10. Done a trillion of them, but I was still kind of nervous for it. But whipped front up 10, like felt really good. I was kind of trying to warm up front triple. So that one was like fine. Got through that one. And then the fourth hit was cab triple, which I had like just learned like a week before that. I was in Japan, like repping that with my mom, dude. We ripped out there the week before the locks camp. We had like a lock snowboard camp before the Olympics, and my mom fucking came out there with me, and it was just me and her repping cab triples on the airbag. And I was like, this is hilarious, but we had a good time. And then ripped the cab triple, worked out really well. Like I was just patient with it, I think, and landed really clean. And then front double 12 at the bottom, which is always like, dude, it's tough. The last hit, you so much pressure on the last hit, especially after lacing a run up until that point. And I kind of did this at like a bunch of the events this year, but I would land like on my toe edge and kind of like drag my hand a little bit. So I ended up doing that, which I think maybe had an effect on the score, but got through it, landed a little bit, you know, off kilter, put my hand on a tiny bit, but just a touch. And then, got to the bottom and I just opened it up. Did the craziest shit I ever did. I was geeking. I was freaking out. It was the coolest thing ever. The crowd was going crazy. It was like, I was on like 3 different massive screens, like Olympics. I know everyone's watching, dude. I was so pumped. I was so grateful. Yeah, man, I was nutty, dude. I remember just seeing the family at the bottom and even like seeing Sean at the bottom, and like, it was kind of crazy.
I bet also just after putting down a run, that's like such a huge success. You're like such a crazy moment and such a long build up to that moment that like once you put the run down, you're like, fuck it. At least I've, you know, like I got these butterflies out of here for the rest of the event, and you can like kind of breathe into the next runs a bit. Bro,
such a relief. That's such a good point. I remember, landing that was just like job done, dude. Like did it, landed a run, because you get 3 tries in finals, so it's like gotta land one of them, dude. Yeah, sucks if you don't land one, but getting one down, especially the first one, is like such a massive relief. So yeah, at that point, I felt like, okay, I did what I came to do. Like score, not the best score that I could have gotten, but I went first, opened it up. It was sick. I was like, fuck, let's go. This is like so much coming full circle for me. It was really special, dude. Yeah.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
We were watching it right here. Actually, we had, it was like 4:00 in the morning. And I remember you came out and you were like, just set the tone. Yeah. That was a good time.
Thanks, boys.
Talking to Danny, he said that maybe his coaching on your qualifying run, your strategy that he told you to do, was not the right move.
Dude. Bro, yeah, me and the boys had a moment for a second. I was tripping, dude, because we came out. It was one of those things too where the practice for the qualifiers was ridiculous. I was like, dude, I have to bring it, bro. I have to bring it to make these finals. And so we came out hot, cab triple first run.
You weren't planning on that.
No,
Danny told you to do that.
Yeah, it was like kind of both ways. I was looking to them, dude. It was actually so funny, bro, because I was looking to them for advice, both him and Benny. I'm like, all right, boys, like, what do you think? Like, cab triple, or do I just like go cab double, put a run down? Because you only get 2 in quality, so it's like pressure on. You're gonna land it, you know. And I remember them just being like, dude, just follow your heart, like whatever feels right. And I was just like, fuck. This is not what I need to hear right now, bro. Like, I don't know what to do.
That can be like kind of the worst advice. You know, you're like, fuck.
I was tripping on it, dude. So and then eventually I pushed them enough. I was like, guys, I need you to tell me what to do. Like, I'm not gonna make this decision. Tell me. And I think that, I don't know, it was maybe me just having like my own personal moment. Was like, dude, I can't decide. I can't have this be on me. But I'm glad we did it, because it kind of like made the cab double the next run feel chill, you know, because I had already kind of whipped a triple. But yeah, I went down after the first run, dude, and I was like, oh my God, I'm about to blow this Olympics. Like, if I don't make finals, dude, this is going to be crazy. But went to the top, and we had this dude, Rob, with us that was like he's like a karate sensei, dude. He's got like, I think it was like 2 or 3 black belts in karate. He's a boss. And he's got this thing called Qigong that he does that all the boys were doing. And I was kind of looking from the outside like, damn, this is super cool. I want to do it. And it's just like this meditation through movement. And so I went with him because I was tripping. I was like, dude, I have one run to land. And like, I could mess it up at any point. If I don't, I'm not making the Olympics, the Olympic finals. So we went up to this point, did some Qigong, I recentered, and then did it. But yeah, dude, I like landed the run, got it kind of like mid score because it was kind of a mid run. It was like one of those things where I just needed to do it. I was like, I just got to land. So it was like not that crazy. And I'm sitting there and watching people come down, dude.
You were on the camera the whole time because you were on the bubble, right?
I know.
Yeah, sorry.
But it was like perfect.
Yeah.
Like I got mad camera time, which is great.
Yeah. build that story, you know?
Yeah, dude. Oh, man.
Probably so nerve-wracking. You're kind of like, I hope you fall, but I also want you to do well, but I also want to be in finals.
For sure. Yeah, dude. The last person to go, I think that I was like really worried about was Gio Lee, and he was the homie, man. He's been hanging out with us all year, and I think it was his run to get it done too. And he ended up landing, and he came, I think it was like 2 points lower, 1 point lower, and didn't make it. He was like the reason I made it, and I was like so heartbroken, but also like so hyped too. Yeah, mix of emotions.
Danny told me your dad came up to him and was like, who told him to do a triple in his qualifying run? What was that all about?
Yeah.
Danny's like, I don't know, man. See you later.
Wasn't me.
Yeah.
No way, dude. Yeah.
I told him to follow his heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. The pressure was on, man. It's crazy. It definitely was like intense. It was hard to get into like that positive, like happy mindset. You know, I did it because I was just stoked to be there, but man, it was intense. Like all the boys are up there, no one's like talking, everyone's in the zone, locked in, and like you feel the tension.
Dude, I mean, we live and breathe snowboarding where we think about it all the time, but for the general public, once every 4 years, they give a shit about snowboarding, and it's the Olympics.
Yeah.
And you capitalized on that like so fucking well. It was awesome.
Man. Dude, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. I'm grateful for it. Yeah. It's so cool that I was able to go and, you know, come out with like a lot of momentum. It was like really great, dude. I'm just lucky and excited and happy and grateful. It's like,
and then to follow it up, I mean, you go to Snow League, you know, fucking I'm gonna pump my own tires. They asked me for like my pick or whatever for the broadcast. They're like, "Who's your pick? Your dark horse?" And I was like, "Jake Pates."
Yeah, bro, that's love.
And then you made me look good, and you got a podium.
Sick.
And that must have felt so good to end like a Cinderella story of the season to get a podium at Snow League.
Crazy. I did not see that coming at all, bro. First Snow League, different format. I owe a lot of that to my brother too. Like we were super methodical about it, and he was up there after every single run and had like really good input as far as what I should be doing next and like trick wise and starting on one wall. You know, if I was going first, I start on my kind of like the one wall where the run I'm doing is like not the gnarliest run I can do. So that the next run when I'm going second to like back it up, I can like really bring the hammer. And yeah, dude, like we were up there just strategizing, and he brings good vibes always and was just like grounding me and centering me and give him a big hug every time before I drop in. That experience was so magical, man. And shout out to Snow League for just honestly like coming in to save snowboarding, dude. Like we needed something to hit and something to happen, and Sean has rallied so many amazing people behind it. Like they have the best crew, and they know snowboarding, they know Halfpipe, they know what to do, and we needed it to happen. So they're like coming in and giving us all like such an insane platform to keep this thing going.
Hell yeah,
for sure. Pipe needed it,
dude. Badly.
Huge, yeah.
It's so fun to watch too.
100%.
Like I think Halfpipes, I say it all the time, but like the Halfpipe final, like you take a Locks Open or next games, like Under the Lights, it's Snow League. I mean, all of them, it's like, it's so fun because it's like one controlled area. You have the crowd is there. It's not a slope style run where they're scattered just on the bottom jump. There's like this energy.
Yeah, it's more like Gladiator Cathedral vibes.
Yes.
Compared to like a race. Not comparing
Sure.
slope style to a race, but like they're further away. It's harder to digest, and the pipe, it's right in front of your face, and the hits are so quick back to back that you're like you can't look away.
Yeah, dude, I remember watching locks open from the bottom because I didn't make finals and was at the bottom with all the homies that didn't make it. And dude, like it was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy. I feel like people don't understand it, dude, until they show up because like you can watch all the pipe contests you want on the broadcast, but it just does not do it justice, man. When you're there, it's psychotic, dude. Yeah.
100%. Good shit. One hell of a year. The Snow League thing too. It's like when I was there watching it as well, and the key to that is consistency and staying on your feet. Like you did such a good job. It seems like you landed, I think, almost every one of your runs, right?
I mean, dude, I only think I fell a couple times, but I was on it, which was good that day.
Yeah.
Lucky.
It's a full marathon too.
Yeah.
So much riding.
Yeah.
So much riding. When Ayumu was G'ing out in China, he was cooked, bro. And when he's cooked, you're like, okay, because he has like the most stamina of anyone. But yeah, by the end of the day in Aspen, man, I was like so tired. I'd never done that much intense riding ever because we'll go even in training, you do a couple gnarly runs and it's like, okay, save it. But it's a lot.
Yeah, just even when I was in locks riding with you guys, I had half the time was barely breathing. I was like, I'm doing like literally 1/10 of what these people are doing, and I would sit down and just watch the show half the time just because it was unreal. And I get scared for everyone. Literally every time you're watching someone come down trying some shit, you're like, all right, anything can happen.
Yeah, dude, the camps arguably are the gnarliest part of the year because everyone's coming off of like summertime and you got to get all your stuff going because it's right around the corner. The event's right around the corner. So it's like a bunch of people doing stuff they haven't done in a while for the first time. And like, bro, it's hectic. And then you have people like a few of the days, it happens in Sasfe every year, bro. And people just start trying new shit, NBDs, and they're just sending. And it's just like every time, like you're saying, I'm just like, oh God, bro, like don't die.
Yeah.
And then you get the occasional person that just like does himself in, which
the Japanese camp for those, like the Japanese squad, those,
bro,
holy hell, maniacs,
soldiers.
Bro. Yeah,
absolute soldiers, dude. Every time, every event, every camp, they're the first ones there, the last ones to leave. They're doing more tricks than anybody. They're going so hard, like.
Yeah, the rep count is like scares me.
Yeah, bro.
You know, the amount of just even if you're doing like switch straight air lap, it's like, dude, 10-foot switch straight air. That's not computing for me, but
insane, dude. And most of the time, you know, they're getting out of there alive, but those dudes put themselves on the line more than anyone else, and they definitely like have their moments. Like a bunch of the times last year, I was watching the Japanese boys like really do themselves in, and it was hard to watch, bro. I was like, wish you could just be like, bro, just chill a little bit, please.
I got a question. You know Ayumu better than anyone, as good as anyone. He's a mysterious man. I heard a rumor that he like does 30 minutes of abs in his hotel room every night, no matter where he is.
Bro.
Like, give me like a little behind the scenes of Moomoo's
more than
day-to-day.
that, bro. More than that. Any time of the night. Yeah, he's always on it. That's something he's done for a long time, dude. And I've asked him to. It's not like recommendation from a trainer. It's not like anything he saw online that he's replicating. It's just like him training his core and his hip flexors to just like continue to be him. But it's a thing every day, anywhere, all the time. And I think he was telling me it was like 1,500 reps or something.
The leg dips or whatever you call those things?
I don't even know what you call it, bro. Yeah, he's just like straight legged, just like pumping his abs. But yeah, we would
1,500 a day,
dude. Crazy. And
I'm good having a little dad bod. I don't know if I got that,
bro. He does it in the morning too. But we would go when I was at his house, dude. Their schedule was so insane. I've never seen people like be this active during the day. But we'd have a full day. Airbags, skating, like he would do his stuff in the morning. Kaish would be surfing, this and that, and it would be so late by the time we like finished dinner and got back to the place, like 2 a.m. and he's just repping core, and we're watching anime, and I'm just like cooked, like bro, you're insane. Damn, you're out of your mind.
The rumors are true.
They're true for sure.
Damn. I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
You don't stay that consistent doing the level of shit he's doing unless you're pretty regimented.
Yeah,
and
bro.
The docu-series that they put out that showcases him between the fall and locks to the Olympic, like a month turnaround. But like the amount of reps that he put on the bag, like the documentary is crazy. It shows like almost all of his tries into the bag, and it's like, I think there's like 40, 50 in like one session.
Yeah,
like
exactly,
over and over and over and over.
Every day, dude.
Pissing rain, like, man, yeah, I really tip my hat to those guys.
Dude, they're so gnarly, bro. Yeah, it's like one thing to see it and then one thing to be there with them. It's like mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So cool. And Kaishu's backside air, he also kind of won the Olympics. You kind of
100%.
won the Olympics in your own way. Kaishu kind of won. Ayumu won our hearts.
Yeah.
And fucking Yuto is a beast, dude. One thing I want to know, like, Yuto is so technically sound at riding half pipe. Like he's the best right now, I think, right? We could all probably one of the best, if not. The hard part for me is like it's hard to cheer. If I wish you would roll the pants down. Like,
yeah.
Do you have? How do we? It would help his cause so much.
Yeah, we got to get his stee up a little bit.
Get the pants rolled.
Pants got to go over the boot.
They got to go over the boot. Dude, it'd be so much easier to just really rally behind him.
Yeah. Also, let's not count out Yusei.
Dude.
Yusei is like
unit, bro.
sleeper.
Sleeper unit.
Mickey God.
Yeah.
20-foot switch McTwist at Snow League. Out of a cab 12 that was 20 foot, dude. Switch to switch, first hit. Psychotic.
And isn't he doing like double Todio?
Dude.
And then like double alley-oop McTwist and double back
The
rodeo.
mirrored McTwists are something special.
Insane. Yeah, he's taking over. Bro, this year's going to be crazy. I'm so excited to watch him, see what he does.
Yeah, his style is incredible.
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch him come up the last couple of years because, I've got to see the trial and error at camps, and he's one of them that, like, he crashes, bro. Definitely crashes. But, yeah, man, I think he's people's champ. Everybody's been rooting for him. We all just have wanted to see him lace this run. And I think so many of the events last year, he just wasn't able to put it down. So, like, he started lacing, and it was only a matter of time, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's on one. He's on one now. He's kind of taking over.
Hell yeah. Love to see it. All right, we're going to keep moving. We're going to jump into hot takes. You ready?
Let's go.
All right, who's your GOAT, both male and female?
Dude, I gotta give it to Moo, bro. I just don't feel like there's no one like him. It's crazy. I think any sport, he's just an absolute unit. Different type of dude. Women, I think Kelly Clark might take it, bro. I think Kelly Clark might take the GOAT status. She paved the way for so many of these girls, dude. Yeah, she really made it. She really made it a thing. Shout out Kelly Clark.
Yeah.
She is the GOAT, dude.
Hell yeah. Who's one of the most underrated snowboarders in your opinion?
Dude, we might have to give that one to Joey Okeson, bro. He's not getting the respect he deserves. Dude pulled up to Copper when I learned front triple, and first tee did cab triple, like 20 foot, dude. Like, hadn't really warmed up for it. Just saw me and was like, all right, this is my vibe. Let's go. I'm on the energy. Let's run it. And just has so much passion for snowboarding, dude. Like, when you talk about like a snowboarder, and that lifestyle even that encompasses, that's Joey, dude. And I don't know if people give him the respect he deserves, bro, but he's die hard, bro. He's for boarding for sure. So
Did you say kid's a problem?
he's a problem, bro.
Yeah.
It was really sick to see him do his first triple at Sausfe.
Yeah. Insane.
Or was that the first frontside or first
Cab.
ever? Oh, cab. So
Yeah.
that was his first one.
First ever.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone at the bottom went fucking nuts. It
Dude,
was awesome.
So nuts.
Yeah.
That was mental. That put the pressure on me too. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. He's here to play.
Yeah.
Like,
Kaishu and I were doing those doubles on the backside wall whilst, what's a homie from Portland?
Alessandro Barbieri.
Alessandro was like warming up, or like he was about to do his triple that day too. And like I had no idea. I wasn't really paying attention, but like we pull out and are chilling on the deck right where he is, and he's in the drop in like with the coach or someone just like fucking getting juiced, like
Yeah,
screaming
bro.
at the
Yeah,
top
bro.
of his lungs and like pounding on his chest. And I like look over at Kaishu and I was like, whoa,
yeah.
there's some energy in this fucking half pipe right
Intense.
now, man.
Intense.
I don't know if I'm in the right place or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Kaishu's looking at me. He's like, yeah, this is crazy. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, dude. People got different vibes for sure. Yeah. At those camps, it's funny.
And you got to get juiced to do some scary shit like
to
that.
quote the That's My Boy, one of the best movies ever. You gotta
puff that fucker up.
Yeah, you gotta puff that fucker
Facts,
up,
dude.
That's
Facts.
You just gotta puff that fucker up. Yeah. All right, next question. I'm gonna adjust this question. Steel, powder, or half pipe? Got to pick one.
There's nothing like powder, bro. There's nothing like powder. Yeah, a good slash, dude. A good slash. I don't think there's a feeling like that. You can't really replicate that feeling in anything else. Just floating. It's like probably one of the best things ever. I think that's why a lot of people love snowboarding.
Have you ever experienced a strip of snow about 12 inches wide in a parking lot with a Banshee bungee in Edmonton? Because I think that takes it.
Dude, that's dope. I never have. I have yet to experience this.
It's a feeling that you don't need to experience.
You don't need to give your answer yet.
I was going to say, I don't know if I would do well in that setting, bro.
The inability to turn.
Yeah,
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, you don't have the option to turn. You only have enough snow to go dead straight.
Yeah.
That's really the heart and soul of snowboarding lies. All right, who is your favorite style ever?
Dude, I'm going to say Ben Ferg, bro. I think Ben Ferg just brings like an energy to it. I think watching him snowboard whatever just fires you up. It fires you up. It would when he was riding pipe, and I had the privilege of being at these competitions with him, and I'd watch him go, and I would just be like, oh shit, let's go. I would get so fired up. Got the arm up, bro. He's low, surfy, and just aggressive, dude, and does not hold back, bro.
So much power,
bro. Yeah.
Puffs that fucker up.
Yeah,
yup,
big time.
Ben Ferg.
I thought you would have said Danny Cass, but that's a pretty good answer.
Danny's got good speed too. That's a tough question, bro.
All right, who's your favorite up and coming rider?
I'm gonna say it's a toss up right now. They kind of have it tied. We have the young Japanese Jits, because they have crazy style too. I could have thrown Haku into the mix for best style ever, dude. And he's young, he's nasty, and he's gonna be a problem. But Haku and Konosuke, those two dudes, I'm telling you, going to be insane. I don't know what is going on with Japan, but all those riders have more style than anybody.
Haku's first triple was in Sausfe as well that same day, I think.
Yeah, same day.
Yeah, same
Just
day.
ripped it, dude.
Yeah.
16 years old.
Yeah.
All right, who's got your favorite method?
I might have to go to Stale. I feel like I've seen so many stills of a Stale method that are ridiculous.
To use the younger generation jargon, that's valid. That's valid.
True.
All right, who's got your favorite turn?
Favorite turn? I say Mickle Bang. Tough. Swag with it for sure.
Yeah.
What's your favorite snowboard video ever made?
I got to give it to the OG boys, Bound Age for sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that OG, but it is, yeah.
We'll take it.
It's
for sure.
It's kind of vintage at this point.
That's late
vintage,
grenade, but
we take it.
Vintage.
Yeah, we'll take it. Where is the best place to ride a snowboard?
Best place to ride a snowboard. I think it depends what you're trying to ride. I feel like I haven't been to a lot of these legendary places that people say are the most insane spots, but the number one most fun place that I've ever been on a snowboard, I think would have to be Locks, Switzerland. I got to give it to Locks, dude, because crazy pow days. When it snows. Crazy terrain, everything's super open, steep, in places, and crazy pipe and park too. And the weather's insane. And you mix in a little bit of après too with the scenic backdrop. Just sick place to be at.
All right, what is your favorite board graphic ever made?
I gotta give it to Ben Ferg for making Gabe's board graphic on that. What's the green board?
K2.
Yeah, just simple, but Ben Ferg style with the bulldog on it.
Yeah.
So tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just Gabe and Ben together, the combos. Perfect.
Unmatched, bro.
Yeah.
All right, who's the most talented snowboarder you've ever seen in person?
Ayumu for sure. Ayumu Hirano. Yeah. Psychotic.
All right, what is the worst trick in your opinion?
Worst trick, in my opinion, would have to be like a flat front 12 tail grab in the half pipe. Stop doing those. Please,
Let me get to my drop here.
Not going to be a problem. Stop doing that immediately.
Yes, we're gonna have to remove that from our repertoire, aren't we,
That's
Silk?
really unfortunate for the both of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna really
can
fire
make
those
it
up this
happen.
year,
Yeah.
but
If I don't have to, I won't.
that's good to know. We don't have to do that this year,
Yeah.
Silk.
Kind of dodged a bullet.
We've all been there. Okay, if you had a dream sponsor, anything in the world doesn't have to be snowboard related. What do you got?
I'm gonna have to go with like a car. Give me like give me that Jeep sponsorship, bro. That's what I want to see. I think that would be tough.
Of all the brands,
Yeah, bro.
all the brands, we're going Jeep.
Shout
All
out
three
Jeep.
of us are kind of shocked.
Yeah, that
No,
was.
swag me the Jeep deal.
I know
Take
this
it.
is hot takes. That might be
Yeah.
ice cold takes, though. That might be one of the first
I-
ice cold takes
dude,
we've had on here.
I think that's maybe too much of a gimme though. Like, is Jeep
Seems
still
like a-
sponsoring X Games?
Yeah, that
Are
seems
you
like
kinda
attainable.
like-
I feel like we could
Am I-
actually get that.
I'm
really.
kissing ass too much.
Reachable.
Just
All right.
kidding. Like, what do you want? Do you want the Porsche?
Give me the Ferrari 458.
Yeah,
Give me that.
I'll take the Wrangler.
Yeah.
Shout out Jeep though.
No, shout out Jeep.
shout
They're
out-
supporting
shout out
snowboarding.
Jeep.
I think
I'm
that would be
sorry to
tough.
bash Jeep. Sorry, any people that work at Jeep. We
Yeah,
love
who are
you.
listening. Yeah.
I thought I was really going somewhere with that one, man.
Yeah. If you can put one of those, if you can read this, flip me over, and it's like an upside down sticker. You know, you ever see those from the Jeep guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are sick.
Upside down sticker on the back for the Jeepers.
I love those.
All right, we'll keep it moving. All right, we'll just skip to the last question. Worst trend. What do you got?
Dude, maybe skinny jeans. Tough.
Yeah,
Tough
they're-
moment for the boys.
Yeah, I think some people can pull them off.
Sam, you wore skinny jeans for quite some time, didn't
Yeah,
you?
well, I'm
about
OG.
yourself.
I did too.
OG skinny. Yeah, we
all
all
did.
did.
I did too.
Yeah,
I was
guess
heavy.
Granier never did.
I never did.
Yeah.
I went
That's
full
cool.
colors.
That's sick.
I went full colors and everything, bro.
Yeah.
Not when I look back, I didn't pull it off well.
The old burgundy tight jeans.
I did not
That's a
pull it off either.
look.
But it was in. That was a trend for sure.
All right, we did it. Good job.
Sick.
Those are hot takes. Fantastic. All right, let's jump into setups. What board do you ride?
Burton Custom 156. I've been rocking the like Cartel channel bindings. Cartel X? Yeah. Love it, dude. Like trusty forever.
And you're not even on a contract. You're just
No contract. I
just
just love
like-
it. Yeah. I beat myself up about that. I'm like, damn, they should pay me for how much like love I give them. But no, it's good, dude. They make great gear. I love a Burton board.
What are we doing? Can we get the DocuSign coming through, or can we get Chandler on that?
Yeah, right.
Little 3-year. Get the kid locked in.
That would be
come
tough.
on.
That
But
would
you
be
guys
tough.
need good, like half pipe snowboarders can't just ride anything. You guys need like specifically like. Do you ride special boards or just out of the box custom?
No, straight out of the box custom. I would get like the defective ones too, I think. But it would be like a graphic is missing or something. But no, dude, it's just like really good quality. And yeah, it's got to be dependable because a lot of the time we're going to places for like 3-4 weeks and, you know, only so many board bag or so many boards fit in a board bag. And if you're busting them all the time, you're kind of putting yourself in a tough sitch. So it's got to be dependable.
Hell yeah. Good stuff. It's crazy. So like in terms of snowboard sponsors, like from the snowboard, I don't know if that's called endemic or like equipment brands, boots, bindings, outerwear, goggles, all that stuff. Like, are you getting financial support from anyone?
No, none.
That's so crazy.
That's insane.
Hopefully, the tides can change.
I'm
for our
hoping so.
boy.
I'm hoping so. Yeah, we're working on it for sure. Working hard for sure. Shout out Range. Shout out Chandler. Shout out Lowell. We're working hard. But yeah, get at us if you're trying to get the logo scene. Let's go.
Let's get those logies going. And I imagine a lot of the financial stuff's coming from like Instagram paid posts for you and TikTok and all that, right?
Most 100% paid posts right now. Yeah.
Dude, you got that debt racked up to get you there. Fucking good on you securing the bag, dude. Like
Have to,
nothing
bro.
but respect.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Even the thirst traps, dude. Nothing but respect, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Thank you.
Dude, been a hell of a show. One other thing before we wrap up, I want to talk about is specifically Halfpipe. You know, we came up like Sam and in our generation, like everybody rode Halfpipe. We all competed in USASA. We've got this 22-foot pipe. Seems like kids are steering clear of it. There's less people than ever that are competing in Halfpipe. Like, what do we got to do to get more people in that Halfpipe? What do you think's going on?
Yeah, it's tough, dude. Snowboarding has been one of those sports that's like inaccessible for a lot of people, I think. It's expensive to do. I mean, ticket prices are insane unless you're trying to buy a full season pass, which is still kind of an insane price. But I think mini pipes would help. The Snow League guys are doing a great job of that, like bringing a lot of attention to the mini pipe. And I think that's something that's like easily accessible for the kids. It's not too intimidating. They can get in there, and that's like a great place to start if you're trying to get better at Halfpipe. Start small. Get good at that. The work that you can do, the skills that you can develop in a mini pipe will transfer so well. Like the Japanese riders have done that incredibly. A place like Misaka in Japan, I'm airing them out right now, but they have an indoor mini pipe that is being sessioned all the time. It is insane. But the skill level that I see from some of the young kids there is mind blowing. So I think that's a good place to start, just making mini pipes more accessible and also get those ticket prices down for the kids, man. Like, come on.
Well
100%.
said. All right, we have a final guest question. This is from none other than your brother, Cole Pates.
Sick.
Here we go.
Hey, Jake, it's your brother, Cole. I got a quick question for you. If you could go back and sit with your younger self in the moments he wanted to quit, what would you tell him about how everything worked out in order to keep pushing through?
Damn. Deep. Shout out, Cole.
Yeah, shout out to Cole.
Love you, bro. That's a good question. What would I tell my younger self in the moments that I want to quit? I would just say, like, life is magical and full of surprises, and you have no idea what's coming, but it's going to be amazing. And for the love of God, do not stop and keep pushing, because you never know. You never know what can happen. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know the things that people will offer you, the opportunities that will come. The magic of life is like endless, and you can tap into it, but you got to show up as well. So like, tie your boots up and keep pushing and go, because that's the only way. That's the only way that the blessings come, is if you show that you're worthy for it. So be worthy.
God, fucking beautiful job. Hell,
it's a good question.
Yeah, that was incredible, Jake. That's been such a fucking fun show. It seems like we're on the Jake Pates Galavanting the World season life, jumping at opportunities. What's next for the kid?
Dude, yeah, just trying to keep living it up, man. I've been so blessed, and I'm just grateful to be here. So just keep enjoying life and hanging out with friends, meeting cool people, and showing love and trying to help out where I can, and just living, man. Enjoying the ride while I can. Short ride. So soaking it up.
Hell yeah, love it. God damn, it's been a good show. Taxwood, you have a good time?
Yeah, this has been amazing. Thanks, Jake.
Thank you so much for having me, boys. Really appreciative. I've been wishing and praying that this day would come, and it's coming. It's surreal. So thank you.
Dude, inspiring show. Thanks for sharing everything that you did. I think it'll be impactful to people that listen, and thanks to all our listeners. Who's taking us out of the show, Silk?
We should obviously have Jake.
All right, Jake, we just kind of have whoever end the show. So just throw a bow on this thing like you're a broadcaster taking us off air.
I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Bomb Hole. That is it for the day. I had a great time. Really appreciative to be here, and thank you for watching.
You goddamn professional.
Slated.